Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. You can tell why I'm late. Half the panel aren't here yet. Everybody's busy or something, but big up everybody that is here. There's almost 100 people waiting. So you guys hit that like. Let's get to 100 likes right off the bat. If you're watching this in the replay, like the video because we're in for a great show. Chelsea therapy, Pochettino in, Pochettino out. Did Zerbi? They want to get the Zerbi. A lot of people don't like that link. A lot of people don't like it. But I'm like, listen, if I'm a Chelsea fan, I'll be happy with the Zerbi. At least he has a style of play. He's good. Pochettino has a style of play, but the Zerbi is a better manager, in my opinion. I'm sorry for Chelsea fans that went to the stadium. We have two here. Look at their faces. Absolutely. They're horrified by what happened yesterday. You saw ZIAD yesterday on Al Ahwa, of course. Sad. You saw Nina. She posted a picture. If I'm not mistaken, you look so sad in that picture. You had a terrible day. Tell me about your day yesterday, Nina, in the stadium. Tell me about your day.
I was cold. It was raining. It was freezing. I was hungry. I was embarrassed. I was disappointed. Heartbroken. Crap day, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Did Liverpool fans like mock you guys on your way out?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They made sure. They made sure.
They made sure you guys know what's going on. Kids, though.
Everyone, grown-ass men as well.
Really?
Yeah. I was walking with my brother, and I don't know why, but the way where I parked was right next to. I was going this way, the fans were coming this way, so there was no way to avoid them. And then you got someone running from behind me, whispering in my ear, someone right in my face. I'm like, bro, yo, what's going on here? I felt like I was gonna get rushed. There was that many Liverpool fans, but I'm used to it, Mo, because I felt embarrassed. Like Nina said, I'm used to it. That's the third final I've been to against Liverpool, and we've lost. So I'm used to it. I'm used to their fucking shit accent in my ear. I'm used to it, man. I don't know what more to tell you. But yeah, don't worry, man. Back the manager, man. Back the manager, back Pochettino. Yeah, man, we're doing great, like Mo would like to say. I can't wait for the rest to join. I'm sure they'll tell me Pochettino in. The players are rubbish. The players are overrated. Yeah, Mo, tell me. I'm sure you're going to say it.
Yeah, the players are overrated.
But is there a players?
Why you're not listening? I don't know why you're not listening, bro.
So when we play well against Man City, you don't praise the players at all, yeah? It's a manager.
You sat deep, you hit on the counter attack. It's as simple as that. What is this? Anyway, big up the people that joined from Joe Football Show. Thank you, Joe, for the redirect. Thanks for everybody that joined us. This is gonna be a fantastic show. And her name is Nina, not Nima. Like,
did I say Nima?
No, not you. Someone in the chat said hi, Nima.
That's a painful thing.
I was gonna say me, bro. What?
People like, listen. I think your players are overrated. They're not 10th, they're not 11th, but your players are overrated. Nina, I want to ask Nina first. Because I heard your opinion yesterday, and ladies first.
Bro, I just love your energy, man. I don't care. No, man. No, I love your energy, man. Like and subscribe, people, man.
But we're doing a show. What do you want me to say? You want me to say like this in front of 200 people watching?
Yeah. I just finished the show.
Silence and grieve Chelsea. How about we
moment of silence? Can we have a moment of silence?
Silence for Chelsea.
Yeah,
a moment of silence for Chelsea. Yeah, what the heck, bro? People are watching us. Yes, yes, Sophia. Yes, I did, and we'll talk about it. Yes, it's an absolutely atrocious take. Yes.
What did he say?
What he said.
What did he say?
Well, I big up Don. He couldn't join us today. He said Mudryk is better than Martinelli.
What today? He said
minute of silence. He said,
but I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure you're taking that out of context. I'm sure he said he added more to it. Come on, man. Listen, don't lie, man.
What did he say? He's faster. He said he's better dribbler. He's stronger. He's a better
dribbler.
So he has
Martinelli. I'm gonna tell you right now, Martinelli is overrated.
Guys, I'm gonna share. Okay, you know what? You talk. You and Nina talk, and I'm gonna share the video. Okay, you guys talk. We've
just lost the final. We've just lost the final. How are we going to sit here and compare Mudryk to Martinelli? Like, it's just silly. But yeah, let's talk about the final. ZIAD, what are you saying?
Listen, I've just finished an hour stream by myself on my own channel.
I'm delirious.
Screaming and shouting. Listen, I feel embarrassed. Listen, like I said, 4 finals now I've been to, and I haven't seen us win one of them. 3 of them have been against Liverpool. And hence why I say F Liverpool and F the manager and everything they stand for, because I can't stand that club. I know the chat got crazy because there's a lot of Liverpool fans around. But yeah, listen. For
What?
me, I'm gonna be honest.
For?
Huh?
Why you're effing them for?
Because I don't like Liverpool. What's the problem?
They just won the game with kids. You should be ashamed of yourself on your
I am
club.
ashamed. The manager is.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I'm going to keep the same energy I've had. Listen, we all know the manager's not good enough. We all know that he needs to be sacked. But for
Blah,
me,
blah,
but
blah,
for me, Mo, you're
blah.
gonna like this, Mo. But for me, there's more blame on the players than there is on the manager. For me.
Okay, good.
Actually, 1 second, man. Actually, 1 second. Just on a simple fact, because I've been saying it when we played Aston Villa, when we played Middlesbrough, when we played anyone, Newcastle in the cup, Brighton in the cup. It doesn't matter if it's FA Cup or Carabao Cup. It's a cup competition. I couldn't give a shit about the performance. You win the game, and that's it. You go through, you get to the semi-final, you get to the final, you win the cup, and you go home. That's it. Because history doesn't know or care about how good you performed or what team you played or any of that rubbish. It cares about who won the trophy, right? And who lifted it at the end of the day. And for me, we had more than enough good enough chances to win the game. You got Palmer missed a few, Gallagher missed a couple, and Kunku even had a scruff shot but could have scored. Sterling was in front of goal. His touch is terrible. There's many different opportunities and oh fuck's sake, man. Yeah, more than good enough chances to win that game, and we bottled it. The players didn't score. And for me, when you're playing at Chelsea and you're supposed to live up to a certain standard, you should be scoring. I thought it was Mason Mount's fault. I thought it was Kai Havertz. It was Pulisic. It was Kepa. Guess it was just Wembley. Wembley's just got a curse on us or something. So for me, look, but on the other side of the stick, the manager. It just proves that the manager is not good enough to be here. The overall point is that this shows that the manager is not good enough to be here. But like I said, it's a final, so the blame definitely goes more on the players. They win us that game. We're not talking here. What we can talk about after we maybe lose to Brentford in the league, how this manager shouldn't be here. But after a cup final, the players got to take responsibility because they could have easily won that for us.
Yeah, let me play the clip for the people in the chat. So,
you think he's better? You think he's gonna be better?
I think he's got more to his game.
Why are we liars?
I think he's got more attributes to his game.
Come on, Don.
Come on, Don. You're not lying, bro. When I'm looking at him, yeah. Like I said, there's certain games where Mudryk looks like a footballer, and there's other games where he just looks like he's never touched the ball in his life. Number one, Patrick, hold on, bro. You're asking me to break it down. Let me break it down to you then.
Yeah, please.
He's fast. Yeah. He's skillful. Yeah. He's got strength. Okay. He needs to work on his finishing. He needs to work on his movement. That's one thing. But he's got all the fundamental attributes that I would like to build in a winger.
yeah, Mudryk over Martinelli.
Yeah, but see, that's where you're slightly twisting it because the guy is.
I'm not, by the way, I played the video. I didn't twist
but he's talking about attributes. I
literally just played the video.
No. 1 second. Martinelli.
Like most of, and by the way, it's downloaded as it is. It's not me making.
I think Martinelli. Listen, he's a good player, but I think he's not to the standard. He's not Saka level. He's nowhere near that.
I agree with you.
Martinelli's overrated, man.
Like Martinelli, I don't think Martinelli is that great either.
He's not.
Mudryk is horrendous.
But he's talking about his attributes. He's not necessarily talking about what he's showing now.
He's got one good attribute, one good attribute, and it's pace, and that's it.
That's
one good attribute, and that's it.
Man, that's just a lie.
Well, there is plenty of kids around the world that run track and field that they're so quick.
No, I think Mudryk. The main thing with Mudryk that people haven't realized that I think he's struggling.
Mudryk wouldn't start
struggling to the league, man.
Mudryk wouldn't start for
bro, you man are just listen, man.
Mudryk wouldn't start for the Somali national team.
Listen, brother, I'm telling you. Listen, let's not take the piss here, man. Mudryk is just struggling.
I'm not taking the piss. I'm saying if I look at my wingers and I look at Michaela Mudryk, there's not much of a difference. One's just European. That's it.
Listen, man, Mudryk is struggling to get into the... And Mudryk is a certain player that he relies on confidence. He relies on consistent run of games. It's as simple as that. People might not say that you don't get that at Chelsea. That's fair enough. But for me, Mudryk relies on that. And if he doesn't get it, he's not going to
perform well. Does Mudryk start for Crystal Palace over Ayo? Or does he... I'm genuinely asking, right? I'm not joking here. Does he start over Jordan Ayo and Olise?
No, not
he's not better than Elise.
Does he start over Bowen or Paqueta?
No.
Or Kudus.
Guys, why are we talking about this right now?
Does Martinelli start over Bowen or Kudus?
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
Martinelli is a conversation with Bowen. Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm sorry. No, he's not.
Yes, it is.
Yo, Mohamed Salah. Listen, Salah, no, come on, bro. Come on, man.
Okay, bro. Yo, ZIAD, you think I'm joking? Wallahi al-Azim, if you gave me Mudryk and the Somali national team wingers,
Yo, forget the Somali national team for a second, bro. Are you taking Bowen, Kudus, or Martinelli?
I'm probably
It's a
taking...
conversation.
It's a conversation, but I'm choosing Bowen and Kudus, but it's a conversation with Martinelli personally.
Like he can he can battle for it. Mudryk wouldn't even be considered, bro. Saeed bin Rahma is better than Mudryk.
I like bin Rahma. I wanted him when he was at
Saeed bin Rahma is better than Mudryk.
I like Saeed bin Rahma, so that's not. I'm not really bothered about that. I wanted him when he was at Brentford. So anyway, listen. When Mudryk and Charles, you never know. Mudryk might get. I don't know, man. I'm not talking about. Why are we talking about Mudryk, man?
Why are we talking about a player that played for 10 minutes yesterday? Come on, guys. Let's be serious.
Let me do a couple of super chats. Ryan, corrupt judge. I told you that Verge has been the best Premier League player this season. Yes, you did, Ryan. I agree with this. Leader, legend, still so emotional after yesterday. A lot of Liverpool fans are still emotional after this. A lot of them, right? A lot of them. Nina, your team gave it a good go yesterday. Husam, I told you about Kelleher. Husam is gonna join in a second. McAllister and Endo, my bowlers, big up the unbearable top of the league Reds. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for the support. RSV saying, didn't Don say Chelsea finished third the start of the season? Which is something I want to get into. But before that, I was asking Nina about Pochettino. A lot of people saying Pochettino out. I know you backed Pochettino for the longest time. Why are you shaking your head? Are you named Nina?
Your head, man?
Are you named Nina?
No. I'm just. Can I not react? You want me to turn my camera off? I didn't even say a word. I just reacted.
Okay.
I don't get it. I'm not Nina, but I'm just shaking my head at the question. That's it.
But it's a question.
Mo's pissed off today, man. Mo, why are you pissed off?
Because I know where the question is leading. You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, I'm really asking her opinion. Wallah al-Azim. I just wanted to ask her opinion because she is someone who backed Poch all along.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying now?
Does
yesterday's game change your opinion?
My hairline's kind of, I'm trying to say, I haven't had a haircut in a minute, innit? Allow me.
Right. Yesterday. So when the game started and I saw the lineup and I saw that we set up the same way that we did against Manchester City, I thought, okay, there is some common sense in this decision. We've played our strongest or whatever worked in from Manchester City. Yes, we had problems of not finishing our chances again against Manchester City, but I thought it's a final. They're going to turn up. It's all going to be okay. And the way we started the first 10 minutes, I saw a lot of nerves. Like, we were nervous. Like, we were kicking the ball out of play. We were losing the ball in dangerous areas. We were misplacing passes, making the wrong decisions. And I thought, okay, these players are nervous. Whatever Poch said to these players beforehand clearly hasn't worked in terms of how he's calming their nerves and how he's managing them in a final. A lot of these players, it was their first final as well. Never played a final. But I looked at Liverpool's lineup and I thought, you know, this team or their bench as well. I looked at their bench and I thought, compared to ours, we actually have first teamers on the bench that could come on. You know, we had Mudryk, Madueke, players that have played this season. And I looked at Liverpool's bench and I thought, there's players on there that haven't played. So if I'm looking at how depleted their bench looked up against ours, I thought we should be winning this game. So on paper, everything about that game told you that Chelsea should be going out and getting them. Because if we look at their squad up against our squad on paper, yes, that's the way it looked. And then we were playing and then Liverpool started creating chances and they looked aggressive and they, you know, became progressively more in control. I thought we grew into it later on, but, you know, they had chances. They were threatening us. I think Petrovic had some good stops, but again, just weren't finishing our dinner. Like, chance after chance after chance. Okay, offside goal. Of course, typical fashion. Where there's Chelsea, where there's Liverpool, there's going to be offside. I thought, okay, it's starting to look like an actual Chelsea-Liverpool game. And then the second half came. And again, it was chance after chance after chance. And I thought, we are our own enemies right now. And the worst part is that progressively, Liverpool's side was weakening as the minutes went by. Gravenberch got injured. He came off. Konate came off at one point. McAllister came off at one point. It was literally supposed to get easier for Chelsea. And instead it got harder. It got harder and harder and harder. And then the kids came on and I thought, okay, come on, like, this has got to be it. We have to take control now, get on there. But no, Klopp sent out the kids to win the show, to steal the show, to win the game. And then I looked at the subs and I thought, okay, Nkunku's coming on. I thought this could be, an individual moment of brilliance is what we need. He's done it before. He came on against Wolves, scored a goal. He came on against Liverpool at Anfield, scored a goal. Thought that is exactly what you need. Just one moment of magic to put you in front and it's a different game. No, Gallagher missing 2 chances in the space of a minute, clear-cut chances. How are you coming one-on-one against Kelleher and you will shoot at him? Like, how? It is just beyond me. And I don't care how inexperienced these players are, how far down into the process, how underdeveloped. It is a bare minimum to put a chance like that away. Like, it doesn't get any easier. It was literally on a silver plate time and time again, and it was just the wrong decision, the wrong shot. And then... they made how many subs? Like three of these youngsters played against Stoke City's under-21s a couple weeks ago. And they came on in a cup final to win it. And then at 90, I thought, okay, it's going into extra time. And then we just let the foot came off the gas. We waved the white flag and we thought, Liverpool, come get us. And that is exactly what happened. And I know that Pochettino's... quotes, I actually came out after on my fan cam on Chelsea Fan TV and said that he told the players to go out and play for penalties. But in the other quotes that I saw, it was the fact that he'd said, it looked like the players just wanted to play for penalties. Even if that's the case, you as a manager, if you are seeing that your players are starting to let go, stopping to play or playing for penalties, as a manager, you should be rage and telling them that is not the case. You go out there to win it. You're in a final. How dare you think it's okay to be hanging on for penalties, especially against a side like Liverpool. It doesn't matter if they're kids or not. There is a philosophy in that team. There is a system. There is a manager that has actually installed a lot of faith and a lot of motivation in them to go out and get the job done. Didn't matter about squad or experience or whatnot. They already had that one up on them, because at 90 minutes, I don't know what Pochettino said to the players, but at 90 minutes, I can assure you that Klopp told them, go get the job done in extra time. I don't want penalties. It doesn't need to get to penalties. And you know what I realized the reflection is that Klopp was even saving some of his players or whatever he has left of them, because he knows that he's still in other competitions. He's, challenging for the title. He still could afford to let some of his best players in Konate and McAllister, whatever was left of them, because he knew and he trusted that those youngsters could still get a job done, because he saw how Chelsea were playing. He saw what Pochettino was doing on the sideline. And that is already a massive difference, worlds apart in where Klopp was as a manager last night and where Pochettino was the manager on the sideline. And and that's exactly what you get when you've got a good manager there, when you've got a manager that's installing philosophy, mentality, constantly edging the players on. They win it. They absolutely win it, because he saw and he read what Chelsea was going on, and Pochettino just looked helpless. Whatever.
So,
hands up. So
done.
very well deserved.
You're done. You're done with Poch now.
I don't trust him. And I don't think that he can turn it around. I don't like the mentality. I don't like how he handles himself after games. I don't like how he acts during games. I can see him arms folded, shaking, nervous around players, and Klopp screaming his head off.
Do you want him out or not?
Well, after yesterday and after Wolves, Wolves was the first game where I said, I don't trust him anymore, and I don't. And frankly, like Mo said at the start, I don't believe all our players are good enough. Yes, they have blame to take as well after yesterday, but frankly, I don't think he's good enough.
No, I said it to you. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
I said to you. I even said it on Top 6. Shout out Terry. Just now, I was like, it's very simple. How did Klopp, and some will tell you, he doesn't even know these man's names. How did he bring them on and they knew what to do at the end of the game? And our players who have experience had no idea what they were doing. In fact, not even that. He told them what to do. Don't win the game. Sit back. And people say to me, and try to gaslight me all season, oh, yeah, but your players are overrated. They're not that good, are they? Guys, have we overrated them all? If Endo played for Chelsea and Caicedo played for Liverpool, everyone would be sitting here saying, wow, what a performance by Caicedo. Look how crap Endo is. That's why Chelsea shouldn't have bought a 31-year-old guy from Frankfurt, where he's from. But because of the system and Klopp's mentality, Liverpool look very good. Even with average players who haven't played that much senior minutes, they know what they're doing. They know the ethos. They know the mentality of the squad. They got told a job to do, and they did it. So it's a very lazy take to just look at the players or just look at the manager. You have to look at both. But as far as I'm concerned, manager has a large part to play in how players perform. Yes, players have their own, remit and their own level. But it'd be very. Is everyone telling me here that Jones, Elliott, and McAllister is like the best midfield in terms of like strength, pace?
Can I say
No,
something?
but they are better than your players.
Can I say
but
something?
guess what?
No, but they're better than your
They have a
players.
better system. They have a better system than our players. They have a better mentality than our players.
Okay,
Yeah?
great.
They're more-
I got you. Fantastic.
You haven't got me
That
nothing.
means
You
that's great. I got you. So that means Caicedo was good at the Zerbi system. Enzo was good for Argentina because he had a good players around him: McAllister, Rodrigo de Paul, Leo Messi. He was good at Benfica.
Can I please say something?
Sorry,
Can I please say something? Please.
You can, but let me finish.
I've been dying.
He's responding to me.
Oh, sorry.
Can I say hi first to the people in the stream?
Okay, go
You
ahead.
fraud. You can't even give me an introduction. Look at
I
this
don't
guy.
do intros for people.
None of us got
Absolute
intros.
fault.
None of us
No
latecomers
intro,
got
nothing.
intros.
I don't do
None of the latecomers got intros, bro.
Hi guys.
I don't do
Hi guys. Big up to you guys. I was helping my mom out. You get me? My mother takes priority over anything on YouTube. So big up to you guys. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Thank you for putting me on Nina's side, the logical side of the Chelsea fan base. You get me? Big up Salad, big up Mo, big up ZIAD and Chez as well. Everyone like and subscribe. Big up to you guys. Go ahead, Salad. Say the thing that
Can
you're
I
itching.
please say something? Just
Did he
Yes,
just
I'll
cut
go.
me
I'll
off?
go after Salad.
I know Mo was
himself.
talking.
Did he just cut me off to introduce himself? This is
Mo-
football.
Damn
The
right
most
I did.
famous, the
Damn
most
right I did.
famous Liverpool fan on YouTube.
Damn right I did.
Oh
100%.
my
Then
God.
show me some respect on this channel, Mo. Don't
Well, like
disrespect
I'm
my
telling you,
legacy
are the
like that.
most famous Liverpool fan on YouTube.
Thank you, Habib.
You didn't need to introduce yourself, and you're showing Caicedo. You shameless
Shameless,
bastard.
man.
Stop this. We have 3 Chelsea fans that went to
If
Wembley.
Caicedo's wife cheats on him, this decision is still the worst decision he made in his life. I'm sorry.
Get over yourself, man. Leave Caicedo alone, man.
Mo, can I say something? Can I just
You can.
please? I feel like the mistake that a lot of Chelsea fans are making is they're using Klopp as the benchmark. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's arguably the greatest manager we've seen. Like, you can't say Klopp did this with these players. That's Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has a resume for making not so good players look like world beaters. Do you know what I'm trying to say? No one who knew who Endo was. You feel me? So if we can please stop using Klopp as the benchmark. Klopp brought on this 16-year-old. Klopp brought on this 8. It's Jurgen Klopp. Like, so if we can, like, Poch is not that. He never will be that.
But so this is where your point falls down. Where are we in the league?
No, we're talking about
Answer the
yesterday's game.
question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
You're 11th, I believe.
Cool. So that means there are how many teams better than us who also their manager?
If
probably
you want my
has-
honest opinion, at the start of the season, I had Chelsea finishing 8th or 9th.
Yeah,
Based
but
on just your squad. And I'm
yeah.
someone who rates Mauricio
Yeah.
Pochettino. I think Mauricio was actually, like, just looking at your squad alone, I had Chelsea 8th or 9th this year. You feel me? Even if Jurgen Klopp was the manager of this Chelsea team, I think he has you at 5th and 6th at best. And that's the best manager at
I
making
agree.
mediocre.
Come on, man.
Yo,
Salad,
that's
Salad,
the best.
With 5th or 6th, we're actually respectable though.
Yeah, no, but that's
not
okay.
wrong.
No, but look
Yeah.
at the context I'm giving you though. I'm giving you the best manager at making mediocre players look good. You're 5th or 6th. So any other manager has you 6th, like 7th,
but
8th.
Did
Pochettino-
he just call,
Pochettino
did he just
was
call
meant to,
Chelsea
bro.
players mediocre?
Tag me
Bro,
in.
no,
Tag me in.
Pochettino was meant to
yesterday-
come in to get the best out of young players, bro.
Watching yesterday's games, I thought Petrovic and 3 outfield players that look even deserving of wearing a Chelsea top. Only 3. That's Levi
Yeah, but you're
Colwell,
picking out one
that's
game,
Malo
though.
Gusto, and that's
You're
Cole
picking out
Palmer.
one. Yeah, but I hear in one game we could sit. Me and Nina, we went to the game and see. We
Okay.
could say, I'll probably say 80% of the players probably didn't turn up. So in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
game, I could call them out. But when people start saying like over the whole season, that's when I look at the manager more in the system and the side of play. If we're talking about one game, then Husam could sit there and say Caicedo wasn't. I don't think he was bad, but he wasn't that great. Enzo was poor, and I'll be like, you know what?
No, but
He was.
the point I'm trying to the
But-
point I'm trying to make is
No,
with
you're saying don't compare to Klopp, but I'm saying how in the league are Wolves manager doing better than us with a team on paper that's not better than Chelsea's? I don't care
But
what you
Chelsea,
say.
you're missing his
We're-
point. You're missing his
Hussam,
point.
we're not worse than Wolves on paper.
Okay,
It
but
doesn't
that's
matter how
what
you put it.
you're saying. Okay, hear me out. He's saying
Go on.
you're using the measuring stick of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is a manager that would come in and change the fortunes of any club. You get me? So that's the difference. He's saying he himself believes Jurgen Klopp is so amazing, yet he says Jurgen Klopp would maximum have you 5th or 6th. And this is the point that I've been making to Chelsea fans all year long. First of all, let me just land on this. I think Chelsea fans need a dose of harsh reality, to be honest with you. I don't think changing a manager is literally just hitting the reset button on a failed project, on a failed philosophy. This is the problem is much bigger than just the manager. People need to understand the biggest culprit for what's happening at Chelsea right now is Todd Boehly, is Boehly, is the people who make all these decisions because they change the culture of Chelsea. The ethos of Chelsea Football Club was we're going to be amazing for 2-3 years under whichever manager. We're going to then get rid of him, and then we're going to get a new manager, and we're going to win again. That's the Chelsea philosophy my whole life. They then decided to essentially do a 3-4 year rebuild, a 2-3 year rebuild in one summer, in one window. Just spend so much money on so many youngsters all at the same time. Now, the thing is, I think you guys misunderstand us when we say some of these players are overrated or not good enough. It's not about being overrated or not good enough, full stop, and then that's it, the sentence ends. Because Enzo could be an amazing player 3 years from now. Caicedo could be an amazing player 3 years from now. What's his name? Disasi could be the best centre-back in the league 3 years from now. All of these things could happen, but the common factor is 3 years from now, 2 years from now, 4 years from now.
And that's why I've been Poch in.
Yes. Now multiply that by...
Nina, come on.
Hear me out. Multiply that by 20.
3 chairs.
Multiply that by 20.
Bro, you look at position. Husam, the summer's coming up. No, Salad, this is waffle, bro. No. One second.
Not over each other, please.
The summer that's coming up right now. Mo, صلي على النبي يا Mo, because the summer that's coming up.
I can't hear you. People want to hear you.
Yeah, people want to hear me.
انت كمان يا حسام بطل كلام. اسمع.
Can I before you go on? Oh, African Cat just super chatted Staffy into the show. And I said,
Staffy joins, I'm gone, man. I'm gone.
Staffy, someone super chatted Staffy into the show. African Cat, thank you so much for bringing top red Staffy into the show. I just sent him the link. Top red Staffy into the show.
ZIAD, at the start of the season, I had you finishing 8th. Me and Salad.
Wallah, I had 9th. I had Chelsea 9th at the start of the season.
Okay, you might say Husam is biased. Salad's a Napoli fan. Why would he hate Chelsea? For what reason?
You're the same people that saying Klopp would only have a 6th. So
okay, no problem. Because once again, that is
that you have, bro. ZIAD, your problem is you don't understand how mean is.
Guys, one.
That is pound for pound the best manager in the world for me that you cannot get. That is not attainable for you. So if you didn't get my point before. Okay, khalas, your dreams come true. Pochettino, you wake up tomorrow, comunicado oficial, Pochettino is gone. Any manager that comes in is literally a younger version.
You're in the same position.
Bro, but can I make a point?
It's just a younger version of Pochettino. Who are you going to get? Name the hipster. The Zerbi. Which young exciting
Almarin, the Zerbi, etc. We know them though. We know those names. But
who? Tell me.
I have to be
name
objective.
3 managers that make Chelsea better right now. Name.
No, but I think you're missing my point, or me and Ziad's point. I know Nina agrees, but she's more empathetic with the situation, right? I'm a little bit more like.
You're such an asshole.
No, you said. That's true.
Guys,
£100
the Chelsea guys will sing, get us the win, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what Chelsea fan you're talking about.
Me, that's my story.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying. I know what Husam and Salah. I know what they're saying, innit? They're just saying like, there's a lot more going wrong upstairs. Nina probably knows that's why she's more on Poch's like defense, you could say. But my thing is this year, is I know Klopp's not the benchmark to use because he's an elite manager. He's an anomaly, you could say. Normally managers come in and do what they do in 8 years. Yeah. But my thing is like managers do change like how things are perceived. Because look at Arsenal, for example. All Arsenal fans were cronky out, a few years ago. They changed 1 or 2 things upstairs, get a manager they can trust, and now I'm hearing them getting compared to top managers in the world. Now, that's not saying that we have the same model as them and we have the same everything as them. It will be the exact same. Variables are different between different clubs. But my thing is like a manager coming in can install a certain mindset and philosophy, as long as he's backed, of course. I agree with you there, and he can change certain things. So why I mentioned my way 11th? You don't have a philosophy though. But why I mentioned 11th is because when I look on paper, because Salah said on paper, I didn't think you'll get top 6. Cool, I hear you. Wolves don't have a better team than us on paper. West Ham don't.
I'm
Brighton
taking more
probably does.
players from West Ham and Wolves right now.
Yeah, you're
If I'm
saying
thinking
this in
about right
hindsight
now.
now because we're 11th. If we take the
No,
start of the
I've
season,
never
you
said
win the
this in
season.
hindsight.
Exactly, bro. I've told you and Mo a billion times. You saying that kind of rubbish about West Ham and fucking Brighton, or whatever
They're
you want
saying
to
this
say now.
now.
This guy's gonna tell me Leicester from Championship now. Yeah, it's because the manager's making these look worse. The manager making look them. Salad, you're on mute, bro. You're on mute. Salad, you're on mute. I'm
I
trying to
don't
help
think he's
you.
talking to us.
Say
you
wallahi, I
on-
said all of that and I'm muted. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
you
told.
mute all
Crazy. I said
What's
so
that?
much.
Yeah,
I'm
Salad,
muted.
1 second, bro.
That's
So
not.
I could have just kept speaking and let you go on.
Yeah, he wouldn't have known. He
One
should have
second.
said-
I respect. Yeah, go keep him, man. I'm
Listen,
sorry,
bro.
wallahi,
Salad, now you
it's
can't
embarrassing.
interrupt him.
Can I just ask
By the way,
Chelsea?
after all this, bro,
No,
only
this
4
is
points
a question
Centre
to
back.
Chelsea fans, yeah? Chelsea fans only. The summer's coming up. What positions would you lot say we need to improve on?
ST.
Nina star.
Striker, 100% striker.
Winger as
Only
well.
striker?
I
Winger,
did
Nina.
this. Huh?
Winger.
Striker
winger,
only?
winger.
Striker, winger?
Yeah, a
And
forward, a clinical
Centre back.
striker.
Centre back.
So
Uh-huh.
centre back because one's leaving, yeah?
Yeah, one's leaving.
All
Silva's
right, cool.
leaving.
So we
And
need to get
because one is never fit, and we haven't seen him play in a
That's
Chelsea
true.
shirt.
Fofana. Yeah, it's true.
all right. So striker, centre back, winger, yeah?
Yeah, those 3 I think would be good.
So you lot keep telling me about this 3 years. In 1 year, we've made a whole new squad. So if us Chelsea fans that watch his team,
Okay.
that's
Ziad,
what
you
they
get
try
these
to
3
do,
players.
Ziad.
Yeah.
Let him land though. Let him land though.
What's
So-
the
so-
goal when you get these 3 players? That's what I'm trying to say. What is
No,
your goal?
forget the
when you
goal
get
for a
these
second
players?
because Hassan keeps telling me these players are not good enough.
They're
These
not.
play, that
They're
these
not good enough to win a
okay, but
title.
that these owners that have done a 10-year rebuild in 1 year. If us Chelsea fans that watch this game every single week and go to games, yeah, are telling you we are a centre back away because one is injured and the other is old and leaving. We're a striker away because we need a striker. That's fair, and a winger. So that's 3 positions.
Left back,
and,
left back.
But Ziad,
sorry, but left back as well.
Right
So
back,
we're only
right
a
back,
couple
right back.
positions away
Right back.
from.
You have
Right
you need
back
a
my
number
ass,
10. You
Habibi.
need a number
We're-
10.
Okay.
No, we don't need a number 10.
You
What do
definitely
what do
need a freaking right back.
We don't
No,
need
no,
a
no,
right
you
back.
Oh, we need a number
Malo
10.
Malo
Mo
Gusto,
Martinelli,
you don't need a
Mo.
right back. You don't
What
need
are
a
you
right back.
talking about?
Chalobah
Ziad,
can
can you
play.
just finish your
Uh,
sentence?
My
Away
point
from
is,
what?
if we are only a couple positions away from us Chelsea fans thinking this
Away
squad is
from what? Away
From
from?
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to
from
understand.
what do you mean from being normal and being top 4 and being competing?
Ziad, no.
What do you
I
mean?
agree with
Okay,
you.
I
I
Ziad,
didn't
think-
know
Ziad.
Nina.
I
Can I
get
say
that.
something, by the
Can I
way?
wait Nina? Can I get Nina to at least
Yeah, go
answer
on,
the
go on.
question because she has the answer? Can I
Yeah,
get
let the
Nina?
logical
I
Chelsea fans
agree.
speak.
I agree about the positions, but that's you saying that the rest of the squad is performing at a top level right now and that everyone else is fine.
With
A
a normal
lot of
manager, yeah.
players-
Oh,
Pardon?
But Nina, do you know
With a normal
Chelsea-
manager,
Oh
yeah.
my
With a normal
God.
manager that can get the
Ziad,
best out of them.
when everybody disagrees with you, Ziad, you cut them off. But
Yeah,
when
I'm
we try
telling
to
you,
cut
with a
you off,
normal
you
manager,
cry.
with a normal manager that's
Yeah,
going to get the best out of these players
Just
to
wait
the
for
level
people
that
to
we think
talk.
they can get, there's no problem.
We let you
Okay,
talk.
Ziad,
Let
can I
other
tell you
people
something?
talk,
Can I tell
ya
you-
akhi.
okay, Ziad, can I
Because
ask
she
you a
hasn't
question?
finished.
Oh, Allah.
Okay,
it's
You let
getting-
Nina
who's
finish
speaking?
because I want to after Nina as well. Can't lie.
Go ahead.
I want to say something because I just done a little
Oh
calculation
my
after
God.
Nina. After Nina, I want to say something. I just
Nina
did a little
finish. Can I say
calculation. in my head.
something? I think though. I want to say something as well.
Go on.
Oh, this is funny. Forgot what I
Very
was going to say. No, that basically what you're saying there is correct. The positions that we need, right? But that you saying that us bringing in these players makes us absolutely fine is not true because some of these players have still not hit a decent level where you can say that they're actually really good. Because I get the whole thing about the managers maybe not getting the best out of them, but I still think that not all these players are going to come good, Ziad. That's the truth. You can't bring in 20 or however many, like 15 young kids that we've brought in from across the whole world. They're not all going to become brilliant Premier League players. That's the truth. Some of them might hit the ground running, others won't. Some of them might take 2 years, others will take 3 years. But the truth is, when you do that, you can't possibly expect that you're going to kick, that you're going to be competing for top 4. Like, that is where I do blame upstairs, because they thought that someone sacrificed the present day at Chelsea Football Club thinking, oh, I'm going to bring in all these youngsters now, okay, they're all going to be brilliant. But that's not true. And that is exactly where recruitment made loads of mistakes, because they either A, knew that these players wouldn't all be good right now and they were fine, or they thought, oh yeah, Chelsea's going to be fine with 2-3 seasons out of Europe because, oh, we're trusting the process because we're going to we're going to wait for these players to become good. But that's not true, because we were never going to accept more than 2-3 years out of Europe. That's ridiculous for Chelsea Football Club. And that is exactly the biggest mistake. That's why I blame recruitment and ownership, because the transition should have been so much smoother. You can't just click, delete, erase every single backbone, every single experienced player, any player that has actually, played at that level, that knows what it's like to compete, that knows, what it takes, the philosophy of the club, everything. You can't just bring in everyone. And I know that the price tag fooled a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. That also adds to the reason why everyone's expecting so much, because when you do pay 120 million for a player, you're going to expect him to play well. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to say, oh, he deserves 2-3 years. Which 120 million player should be given 2-3 years to hit the ground running? Do you know what I mean? And that's on recruitment. That's on how we bidded. That's all of that. So, the fact is that, yes, ZIAD, we do need a striker. We're going to need a centre back also, but that's not going to fix all our problems, because not all of these players are going to be good. That's it.
I agree with everything you just said. And obviously the rivals do as well, because they want you to crash it on your own club. That's how it works, right? But my thing is that I don't think it's as far-fetched to say if we had a better manager this season, we probably are a lot better in the league. The reason why I say that is, after all this dross, we're only I know form matters a lot, but we're only 4 points of 7th. And Man United in a crap season are 8-9 points in front of us, right? So I think about the games we've lost or drew this season, and it's been very, very poor. Hasn't been tight margins where it's been all right, cool, you lost it there, bit of an experience. It's been where we've got battered 4-2 at home to Wolves. Nottingham Forest, you can't even get a lot of shots on target, for example. You know what I'm saying? Getting battered away to Newcastle, Manchester United at the time in their poor form. Those, I'm already listing 3-4 games already. Not saying we would have won all of them. You could have got better results out of them, right? So I think people are really, really ignoring the fact that if you had a better manager, I'm not saying, Husam or Salah, we're going to be 4th, and I'll be sitting here saying, yeah, I told you, man. So next season with Amrin and Zerbi.
Players kept getting Poch, so you could be 8th.
No, I'm asking. Arsenal, I haven't been Poch out, really. It was yesterday's game which confirmed it to me. Because I went there, and I've been to a lot of games this season. I went there, and I wanted to see something different. I backed it. I was like, you know what? Prove me wrong, yeah. I went to the game, I was like, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove my logic.
Okay, Taz, where could this Chelsea team finish? This current Chelsea team, as currently constructed, Klopp gets it. Big up troops, my guy.
Big up troops.
Imagine tomorrow Klopp gets it. Where do you finish? Right now.
Based on this league, on this league, we finished top 5.
Let me ask you now.
Talk my ass, bro.
What are we top 5? We finished top 4.
Top 5.
I promise you, we finished top 4.
Top 4 this season.
With Unai Emery, that's 4.
I asked Jazz a question and you're all screaming.
Oh, yeah, I can't lie, ZIAD. What's the question?
Okay, if you get Jurgen Klopp tomorrow, where do you finish? Simple.
Oh, with how it's already been this season, we'll probably get 6th or 7th.
Okay,
7th.
Okay, no problem. You say 6th or 7th. That's fair. I agree with you. I'm saying this was Sal's point earlier on. Let's unpack it. He's saying we're talking Jurgen Klopp, who is not attainable.
Any manager
who there is no one of that level in world football right now. Are you going to get Pep? No. Are you going to get Klopp? No. Are you going to get Ancelotti? No.
Yeah, I know you're going.
Yeah, so my point is...
So my thing is...
I know what you're saying. You have to lower it.
You get Amarim, Xabi Alonso, etc.
Yeah, by logic.
All Poch and all will make mistakes. My problem is with your fan bases, they will always scapegoat the fuck out of Poch. Yesterday's game in a prism. You know why yesterday specifically confirms that it's...
No. You don't say what
you're
saying.
Just give me 10 seconds. Just give me 10 seconds. Let me tell you why yesterday specifically confirms that it's not Poch's fault.
I'm not having it.
Yesterday, Enzo and Caicedo were up against McConnell and Bobby Clark. Fuck the tactics. Fuck what anything the manager says. Pull your socks up and play on the football pitch. This is where you have to hold your players accountable. If I'm Enzo, I'm not allowing Bobby fucking Clark from the academy, Tom Little's cousin, to dribble past me and to make me look like shit. I'm pulling my socks up. I'm dribbling past them. I'm attempting a shot. I'm doing something. This is my problem with the Chelsea fan base. Every time it's like, watch. Enzo looks like shit. Caicedo looks like shit. Last week, the problem was, more experience this firsthand. Why did you bring on Chalobah? We were defending really well. You explained to them from a football perspective. Bernardo Silva came on. They were doubling on your centre backs. You need a centre back to come on. The week after this week, he brings on Madueke, brings on Mudryk, brings on Nkunku. All 3 offensive substitution. All 3 played like shit. Jackson didn't play well. Sterling didn't play well. This is the thing that I talk about. Sometimes you just have to look at it and go like, all these players that you've signed might be good 2 years from now, but in this current moment in time, right here, right now, you mentioned West Ham, you mentioned Wolves. If I go to the current, fuck what happens 2 years from now. I'm talking about right now. If I go to the West Ham team right now, I'm taking about 5 players or 6 players from that team. I swear to you, if everyone's fit, not a single Chelsea player starts in my team. I'm saying right now. Starts in my team. But I could go to West Ham and I could get a Paqueta as an example.
You know, Husam, can I please say something? Can I please say something? I've been trying to say something for a minute.
He responded to me, so I'm allowed to respond.
Go on.
All I'm saying to Sammy, what he's telling me is, if Caicedo replaced Endo with your same system and your same generational manager Klopp, he wouldn't be doing even better than Endo or the same level. Is that what you're
we would 100% be better, 100 million percent. If Caicedo signed for Liverpool, we would have more points in the league, and Caicedo would be performing much better. However, when Caicedo, okay, no problem, but let me show you where now you lose me. If Caicedo walks through the door at Liverpool, right? There's Alisson, there's Salah, there's Trent, there's Konate, there's Virgil, there's experienced players have been there, done that. That's the difference.
But that's what I'm saying to you. We have to develop that, and I gave you a seller's point that doesn't come overnight. I hear that. Football doesn't work.
Thank you.
I agree with you. But my thing is, he could still be squeezing a lot more out of them. Not enough to get 4th. I'm not delusional to say who get top 4, but I think we'd be 7th or 5th.
Oh, you say a lot more than you say 7th. That's the part that I don't get.
No. 7th isn't that. 7th isn't not attainable, bro. Win our game against Brentford. 1 point behind it.
All right, Ches, you just don't rate our squad then.
Yo, can I say something?
Yeah, how have I just correlated with
because if you think
I understand what Ches is saying, and I feel like Ches
now ZIAD.
Yeah, 7th now. But if we got young, bro. Oh, from now it's a different situation. But from now. He was talking about if Klopp had the squad, where would it be? He's not saying from now.
No, he said from now.
He's asked me multiple times. Even if Jurgen Klopp had the squad, we would not be top 6. Or we'd be top 6 max.
That's rubbish.
One lie. I said 6th max. That's
from the start of the season. From the start of the season. From the start of the season, Ches. From the start of the season, we would be 5th with Jurgen Klopp in the squad.
Yeah, I don't think
you think you'll win the league with this Chelsea squad.
So Unai Emery with that Aston Villa squad can be 4th.
Look at that Aston Villa squad. Oh my God.
1 second. Unai Emery with that Aston Villa squad can be 4th.
They have experience in their team, though. That's the difference.
The entirety of your forward line is worse than Ollie Watkins. If I put all 6 versus Ollie Watkins is better than all of them.
And then that's before you say.
Is that including Cole Palmer?
That's before you get to Jacob Ramsey. That's before you get to Diaby. That's before you get to what's it called, Zaniolo.
Leon Bailey.
Can I say, bro? And that's just their depth as well. ZIAD, I want to ask you. Okay, forget that. The other 3, the non-Chelsea fans, maybe Ches and Nina, because they're reasonable, right? If you compare your starting 11 to Tottenham Hotspur starting 11, how many of your starting 11 get into Tottenham Hotspur? Honestly,
more on paper. We doing
on paper.
I'm not taking much Tottenham players. I'll be honest.
There we go. And this is the difference.
You're not taking.
Objectively, I'm objective. I'll say how it is. Objectively speaking, start of the season in September. I'm not taking many Tottenham players.
This is the difference, Ches. Thank you. From the start of September.
Now that you've seen these Tottenham players, how many of these Tottenham players are you taking? Because if you ask me honestly, bro, I'm taking Papa Matasar and Basuma over Enzo and Caicedo every day of the week. 100%. If you look at their back four, Pedro Porro, after Trent Alexander-Arnold, has been the best right back in the league. Udogie has been one of the best left backs in the league. Van de Ven has been fantastic. Christian Romero, a World Cup winner, has been fantastic. Vicario has been arguably the signing of the season. That's 7?
Because Ange has been assistant.
How much experience do they have?
That's 7 already. And then you go to James Maddison. Kulusevski. The only 2 that you can possibly replace are probably Richarlison and Timo Werner right now. But then they got Heung-min Son that's just come back. So how many Chelsea players get into this Tottenham team on form right now?
Even at their best, they're playing in an actual system under a manager that's actually managed to implement a system since arriving.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you, Salah.
I'm trying to make it. ZIAD is trying to convince us that you get a centre back, a right back, and a striker. Automatically, you're this fantastic team, but you're not even as good. You're nowhere near as good as
No,
Tottenham.
he's not saying that.
I said you lot said if Jurgen Klopp had this exact squad for at the start of the season, we would be top 6 max. That is the
Yes.
biggest waffle I've had in my life. Okay,
Where
and
are
you
the
keep
finish?
you keep
But
you keep
the problem.
Bro,
is
okay, but you
overrate
keep
your
talking.
players.
You
Your
keep
players
talking.
aren't that good.
Bro.
You have 6 months
Bro.
of months of Enzo Fernandez to project that he's going to be the next
Bro,
Xavi.
you
You have
keep-
1 year of
Brother,
Caicedo
no one
to
know
be
any of the
the next-
Tottenham
Who said
players.
that? No,
Who the
exactly.
fuck knew
Who said
Udogie? Who knew Van der Ven? Who
I'm
knew
not
their
gonna lie, I
goalkeeper?
follow other leagues.
Stop
One
then.
second,
Okay,
one
yeah,
second.
that's
Mo,
what
Mo,
you're wrong.
That's
Mo,
what you're
one,
basically.
Mo,
This
one
is my
second.
That's
channel, and I'm gonna speak now. In hindsight, that's what it is, yet. In hindsight, that's what it is. And I told you in the beginning, Caicedo might have joined Liverpool and be great. Enzo was good. In hindsight, right? What I mean is that now we watch Udogie play. Now we watch Van der Ven play. We didn't know Van der Ven, but we knew Enzo. We knew Caicedo. We didn't know that Bissouma has this in his locker. That's it. Malo Gusto look good. Pedro Porro look better. I don't know who you have on the left back. Udogie look better. I don't know who you have in the back line. Van der Ven sweeps all your back line by himself. Sweeps all. Vicario. We had no idea how good Vicario is. In hindsight, we're learning. 25 games in the season. We're learning. We're learning who's a good player, who isn't. You can put it down to the system, which is fine. But some stuff aren't system thing. You
Thank
dive in a tackle, knowing that you aren't gonna get the ball, like what Enzo did. And me and you spoke about this yesterday 2 times. And I know this because I played football, right? Some players do something knowing that the fans will know you went for the tackle. He knew he isn't getting the ball from Diaz, but he went for the tackle instead of containing, right? Or holding, waiting for his teammate. He knew he isn't getting the ball from Robertson, but he went for the tackle because he doesn't defend. Sometimes players pass the ball knowing that the pass would not reach their teammates, but they do it because, yeah, I passed the ball. I put it in the channel. In hindsight, Ziad, we're watching Chelsea Football Club. We're watching the players failing.
Yeah,
Maybe you put it to Poch, fine. But some stuff they do are basics. Individual mistakes, bro. Literally, someone passing the ball to the opposition is not on the manager.
I literally told you at the
It's
start I'm blaming the players more than the manager for this game. I literally said that. I
It's
said that
not
at the
only
start.
this game. It
But
has
I'm
been
telling
happening
you,
sometimes.
but what I'm
That's
telling
the point we're
you,
trying to make.
but what I'm telling you is,
We're talking about over the course of the season, these players haven't been good enough. You look at their price tag and the how they've been rated in the media. Sometimes it feels like Todd Boehly and the Chelsea board go on Twitter, look at the names that are trending, and just bid the highest for them. It reeks of we don't know what we're doing, bro.
Yeah,
And I
it
say
does.
this,
Yeah,
and I've
no,
said
no,
this,
no,
and
that's
I've said this.
ridiculous. What
No,
are you
obviously
saying? No, let me talk,
obviously,
man.
obviously that's
No,
hyperbole.
you're not a
But the
Chelsea
point I'm
fan. Don't talk like that, like you know facts.
No,
where you get
bro,
that from?
that's hyperbole. But it
Of course
seems
it's
like bro,
hyperbole.
a lot of the sorry.
Of course you're being hyperbolic. I'm just
Yeah, no,
calling
of
you
course,
out for being
I'm
a bit,
exaggerating.
you're
Of
being
course,
a
we don't
bit pedantic, but over exaggerating it too much. It's not that simple. Football's not that simple. The
yo,
same way I
Salad, I'm
can't
asking you
say-
one question.
Yeah, go on.
One question, bro.
Last
One
question before I do the super chat.
Go on.
Inshallah, meet super chat. Ismail Salad.
Inshallah, yeah.
For the next 5 years, for the
Listen,
next 5 for the
I've
next
no idea what
5
you just said. Everyone's like laughing.
for the
I'm
next
gonna-
5 years, Salad,
Mm.
you get one player for Napoli. The next Caicedo or Papisar.
Me.
Yeah,
think
Napoli.
Papa-
Yes, you.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get one
taking-
player based on what you've
taking
seen.
Papa
Even
Matar, are you
even
crazy?
even
I've
Caicedo
been
at
with
Brighton.
Papa
Even
Matar way
Caicedo
for
at
so long.
Brighton.
Are you nuts? I rate Papa Matar so highly.
Do you know who
What
Mohamed
did
Salah
Pape-
is, or do you
What
not
did
know
what,
who he is?
what did Papisar do last season?
I think you just don't
Bro,
know who
forget
Salah
what
is.
Pape
Yeah, he
Sarr
doesn't know.
did
He
last
doesn't know.
season,
He
bro.
doesn't
Pape
know.
He doesn't
Sarr
know who Salah
is
is.
so
do last-
technically gifted,
What
bro.
did he do last season?
Oh my,
How many
bro,
games did he
allow
play
me,
last
man.
season?
Don't
All
do that,
right.
man.
Okay.
Well, I would say one
Ziad,
sentence.
Bro, you asked me a question. I
one
answered
Yeah,
the
sentence
he
question.
only.
answered you
Salad,
again.
That's
Salad,
fine.
Salad, I'd say
That's
one
fine.
sentence
But
only.
this is
It's
based
very
off what
funny.
the manager is giving these players,
Ziad,
and I've told you
nice.
this a billion
Ziad.
times.
Okay, Ziad, no problem. I say one sentence and then I'll mute my mic. You know what, Mo? You know what proves that me and Salad have been spitting this whole stream? Ziad asked the question from now till 45 years. He never asked right now who you're taking. He asked now for 5 years.
Yeah, because you
we
lot
know
keep telling me you're
this
not good
whole
enough.
squad is built on potential. It's not based on what they can
Nina
do
just
right
said
here,
that
right
shit,
now.
bro.
Just told you're the one. I'm using your logic. You said that these players are not good enough now. You said that.
Argument
I never said
finished.
I
that.
wanna.
You
do
said
the
these
super
players are not
chats.
good
I
enough
wanna
now.
respect the people that put the two super chats, guys. We have 550 people here. Hit that like button. We have to get to 300 likes. Are you not entertained? Someone is breathing into the mic. I don't know.
Bro, that was me. I was signing out. I
Someone is
apologize.
stressed.
Sorry.
Too stressed.
It's just-
Where's
That
his
was me.
mic, bro?
It was too
Where's his mic?
But let me, Fatur, big up Fatur. Thanks for the support. Fatur is saying, Bun Hipster did Zerbi. Give me competent manager. These finishes in the directors are full of whales, cowards. The Zerbi would do better than I like the Zerbi to them. That's just me.
I'm a massive Zerbi fan. I want him to come
I'm-
home.
I love
bro.
the
I've been
Zerbi.
screaming this. I hope he comes home.
Yeah.
That's my
Faisal
legend right
is
there.
saying 10th or 11th after marking Arsenal 8th finish. ZIAD, you did. I
Yeah,
know
we're like,
you did.
we're like 1 point
I
away
know
from
you
seventh,
did.
man. Calm down, man.
Now you're repeating what Husam is saying. We're only one.
Okay,
point
Mo, you're gonna
behind
make me
seventh.
jump through the screen in a minute, man. Continue.
Okay,
Super
jump
chats.
through the screen on
Continue
Amalia.
super
Jump,
chats,
do
man.
whatever you want. Okay, Muhammad Noor, big up for Muhammad Noor for big support
My
for the channel.
boy,
Appreciate
I
you,
love you.
Muhammad. Thank you so much, Muhammad, for
Husam, you know who that is,
supporting
isn't it?
the channel.
Yeah,
Big
man,
up
like Zizou. Big up Zizou.
Azizo.
Big up Muhammad. He's
You
saying the
take Zizou,
fact.
bro.
Big up everyone. The fact that the manager spent all week crying and then admits he wanted to go to penalties against a bunch of kids along with senior players who played midweek is a sackable offense. I agree. His comments after the game were absolutely a disgrace. Wanting to go to penalties is absolutely a disgrace, without a shadow of a doubt.
It feels like Poch doesn't want to be there anymore anyway.
Yes,
Like,
he wants the
some of the
payout, but they can't pay him off. African
just
Cat,
feels
big
like
up my guy
always
for supporting the channel. W is in the chat for my guy, African Cat, supporting the channel. Absolutely brilliant. Chelsea players are camera kids. I don't know what that means. Someone explain it to me. Hollywood type. Oh, yeah. Okay. Until the Chelsea players play as pros and not stars, then they can achieve. Please, Nina, join pool. Your health is important to us.
I'll give you the initiation song anytime you're ready.
She
You can
would
revert
never.
back to the
Hey,
line.
Husam, just know after Klopp leaves, you're gonna be back in the dumps. You know what I'm trying to say?
No,
Don't
I'm waiting for it. I can't wait.
Hey,
Don't
just
start
just
this
know you
again,
got
Salah.
six.
Don't
You
start
better
this
win
again.
this
Son,
Premier
you're
League
the
title,
same
bro.
person on this very stream here who said Klopp's world class. Yeah, no one can replace him.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, so we'll
Chess,
be here.
Chess. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
just
wait.
finish
to
it.
that.
Let me finish
I'm
these.
just
People,
saying what he said. I'm just saying
Husam
what he
better
said.
pray that he wins this Premier League to last him for the next decade.
must
Also, Mo, why do you
Oh,
have me
yeah,
in the
yeah.
bottom
Premier
row?
League, bro.
Get
Guys?
Ziad in the bottom row. Why you have me in the bottom row?
Because the
Get this
Chelsea
fraud,
fans
I
are
Ziad.
have the
sitting on the
Chelsea
top.
guys there. Chelsea therapy.
Unbelievable.
We are
So
just
we can be
graduating.
on top in one thing.
I'm
Thank you.
champion.
Yeah, let us
Nina,
win
what did
something,
you
man.
think of the Chelsea end? Yeah, this is someone I need to hear this from the Chelsea fans.
Oh, I tweeted.
What
this. It
did
was
you hear? What
crazy.
did you think of the Chelsea end? I thought the Chelsea fans was so quiet. Big up the Callagher hater, Husam, when we linking at the ground.
Ryan,
Nina,
first thing when
They said
first
Ziad
thing-
wasn't loud enough.
Ray,
Nina,
first thing when
where'd you
Can
get
she
Ziad?
answer the question, please?
Ray,
I mean,
first thing when I
Diaz
do
and
when
Ches can back me up if I'm wrong, but the support was not good from Chelsea yesterday. Not at all. Not one bit. At least where I was sat, it was poor, man. Like, I could hear Liverpool the whole time, 90 minutes, extra time. Liverpool were loud, so much louder than us. And I'm trying, but my voice is only so loud, okay? There's only so much I can start a chant and be followed. It wasn't good enough.
Really? Why? It's
And-
Ziad,
nil-nil.
were you
You're
loud?
creating chances.
Wait,
I was
ask
getting
Ziad. I want
bantered.
to know if Ziad was
I
loud.
posted a vlog and I was getting bantered by Liverpool fans about the plastic Chelsea flags that were given at Wembley. And do you know what the worst part is? The worst part is that not everybody waved their flag, man. Like, at least, use it. It's
Salad, I
so-
thought they were
Nina,
speaker.
at
What
extra
happened?
time.
Wait,
at
ask
extra time,
Ziad, bro. He was there
Salad,
too.
I
wanna know
thought
if he
we're
was
speaker FT. What happened? How come we sang Ale Ale
Maybe
Ale?
I was
so
sat.
loud
Maybe I
at
was sat
Wembley?
with a lot of
Yo,
friends.
wallahi, yo, I tweeted this in
There
extra
you
time.
are.
How are Chelsea fans allowing themselves to be outsung like this? It's a cup final. What a joke! Because we could hear it from our TVs.
But
You
guys,
could
you
hear-
know what?
you
When we
could
see
only
that,
hear Liverpool fans.
Ale,
Yeah.
Ale,
Ziad,
Ale.
were you chanting or no,
Look,
Ziad? I
there's
asked you a
only-
question. Reply to me.
He was
You
singing
should be
Poch out
There's
the whole
only
time.
Yeah, I was just
Were you
about to say that. I was
chanting?
like, wallah, I was just about to say that.
Guys,
I
Poch
just wanna
out,
know,
Poch
bro.
out, Poch out. That's what he was
what
saying.
are you
chanting?
saying?
No, what are you
What are
saying?
Nina, what are you saying before I finish the next super chat? What are you saying?
No, I was just saying that, like, I know that a lot of the fans that go to every game as well. It's been hard. Like, the last 18 months have just been horrid. And, like, fans still turn up and they go to Stamford Bridge. And, you know, like, there is only so much you can do. Of course, we're backing and supporting our team. But sometimes when the effort's not there and it's just not good enough, it's really hard. Like, it just is hard. So, yeah, fair enough. Big up to everyone that sang, that supported, that even went to Wembley, like, that was there, that stayed until the end as well. Don't get me wrong. I was gone. I did not watch Chelsea collect their silver medals. I was
As soon as I got winning, I cut straight away, bro.
I was
Me,
out there.
Jem, Don,
Fair play.
we were like,
Congratulations,
straight away.
congratulations to Liverpool as well.
Yeah, JW is saying, is it me or Enzo terrible defensively? I have been saying this all year.
You weren't saying this against City, though. Move on.
I was. Wallahi, I was. Zero
Not
defensive
you, Mo, bro.
attributes.
Super chat.
Zero defensive attributes. Fatur, big up Fatur. No more hipsters like Robert Zerbi. Get competent manager and also get rid of Stewart and Winstanley. Chelsea fans are wank. Bear quiet, lower tier. Even Fatur was in a lower tier.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Staffy, what are you
Can
here
I
to say,
Can I
Staffy?
respond to Cheds real quick?
Fatur died in hair.
No, I want Staffy. Just can I get
Okay.
Staffy? Like he hasn't said.
Yeah,
First
let
of all,
Staffy shine, Salad. Fucking
Yeah, I've seen you on Twitter, but now see when it's face to face,
And
someone's
I'm telling you the same thing. You're acting like I'm quiet. I'm telling you I don't like you here too.
All right, that's fair enough. I'll give you that.
All right.
First of all, big up for having me, Mo. Big up to the Top Red Army. I see you guys in the chat. Make sure everyone smashes Top Red Staffy in the comments. Mo, come on, let me acknowledge my people. Thank you for African Gooner. Is it African Gooner? Well, African Cat. Sorry, African Cat for sending the super chat to allow me to be here. Listen, bro, it's always an honor to be on Mo's channel. So that's first and foremost. And second, listen, I just want to talk to my Chelsea brothers and sisters, see how everyone is doing. You know, just talk objectively about the game. You know, I asked ZIAD so far if he was chanting. He refused to answer. I don't know why. But nothing. Well, I just want to take a part of this conversation. So if you want to bring me in, I'm all ears.
Yeah, you're like one of the biggest Pochettino advocates out there.
That's not true.
You are. You're like
I'm not a Pochettino advocate.
Shouldn't be got. Shouldn't be.
No,
got.
I try to keep it balanced because this notion that if Pochettino leaves and they become a good team is something that irks me. I actually genuinely can't believe that there's Chelsea fans out there that believe the minute he's gone, they become a top 4 team, a top 3 team, a top whatever team. Because this team needs a lot of work. So that doesn't make me an advocate. It just makes me a little bit more of a realist. Because don't get me wrong, I do think
it just means you have common sense. Because anyone can do that.
I'll tell you why. Because yesterday was proof that he's not a good enough manager.
Common sense.
There's no way anyone watched yesterday's game and thought, you know what, if we had a different manager, we win this game. There's no way. Because you look at the game and you say, okay, the manager in extra time wasn't a top manager. So is he eventually going to be a manager that leads us to trophies, leads us to victory, leads us back to the standards that we were used to? It would be very hard to say yes. I'll be very honest with you. It's hard to say that. However, none of us from the beginning, a lot of us, I think, Mo, you were one of the people that said, Poch might be the person that makes this team play good football, and you said that in the summer.
Yeah.
You'll have to wait and see if he could be the one that finishes the project and leads them to trophies. So that makes you still correct. You stand correct on your take. And that's one of the takes that I made because I said, listen, I think Poch has a resume of developing younger players. He's shown that in the past. So why not bring him in to develop these players? And maybe in 2-3 years, we'll see if he's good enough to win the league or not. Did he show in this first year that he's become a serious manager, can win trophies? Absolutely not. But do you get rid of him and do you become a serious team? Also, absolutely not. Because a lot of people don't want to accept. Sorry?
You can't guarantee what you just said. What we come in. So you're talking about a manager coming in. Let me just ask you this quick before you continue. What Husam and Salad said. If Jurgen Klopp came in, he was our manager from the start of the season. Yeah, we start from zero. Everyone starts on 0 points. Where do you think we would finish with this squad?
I think he'd be around 8th.
No, with Jurgen Klopp.
I'll tell you why. Yeah, with Jurgen Klopp, 7th to 8th. I'm so serious about it because I still stand when I on this take when I say these players, most of them are not good enough. Do I look at these players and do they play Klopp style football? No. Can Klopp motivate them to do better? 100%. They can pick up points that they lost this season just because they have a manager that gets them to believe in themselves. and is going to get them to win the game. Is this manager going to come in and all of a sudden make these players good players? I don't think so. Because it's not like Klopp is this developmental manager that signs young players and develops them into great players. What Klopp did very well is get very good players and make them world-class players. Same thing happened with Mane, with Firmino, with Salah, with most of these players that he got in. Most of them we didn't label as world-class until Klopp put his hands on them and put them in this Liverpool team. So he does show that he could get you to that next level, but you had to show something before it. Van Dijk, everyone thought he was a good defender, but needed a big move. Alisson, everyone thought he was a good goalkeeper, but needed that big move. Salah proved himself in Italy, and then he went out and got that big move. Mane was wanted by Van Gaal and some other clubs until club got him, and he made that big move. So these are a lot of players that already proved a lot before Klopp got him in this team. Now, tell me how many players has Klopp signed with just potential, with just, in the next 5 years there'll be this, this, and that. He doesn't do that.
Very
That's
few.
what I'm
Funnily
saying.
enough, Nunez. That's the funny answer.
And Thiago
No,
Alcantara.
actually,
and
no,
Thiago.
actually, Nunes falls in the same category that I just said about Salah, about Mane and all that, because he did well in Benfica.
He had a very good season at Benfica.
Yes.
You're right.
Exactly.
That's
And he was
100%
24.
right.
So he was like, you know what? Now put him under a world-class manager around world-class players, and he becomes a world-class striker. Obviously, for him so far, it hasn't worked. But I wouldn't really blame that on Klopp, because I've seen Klopp do that a lot more with other players until Nunes. So the facts show me that it might be Nunes' fault more than it's Klopp's fault, because I can look at the history.
And even Nunes, bro, you can see the improvement from when he signed till now. Like, you can see there's so many, like,
He's improved,
what
but
Klopp
he's
has
not
done
there
with
yet.
him is incredible.
100%.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because when he first came, it was just raw talent. Now you can see a little bit more, his movements a little bit different. Like, you can see a lot more progress with him, bro. But Staffy, you're 100% right at the moment, man. I agree with everything you're saying.
And this is why I want to look at the Chelsea team. Name me how many players there are ready to take that extra step under a manager like Klopp and become world class. None of them, first of all, are in that age that you can start saying they're about to be world class, because all of them are young.
Probably
So
in
all of
Nkunku,
that is still
probably in Nkunku. Nkunku was one that
Nkunku,
proved
I'll
something
agree with you.
elsewhere.
100%.
And Nkunku proved something elsewhere. Had a very good season. Had a very good couple of seasons for Leipzig, and so he fills into that category, in my opinion. But that's probably the
I
only
agree
one.
with you.
Can we
Like,
ask the
how old is
Chelsea fans
Nkunku? I
this
think
question?
Nkunku's
Can we ask Staffy? Can we ask the Chelsea fans this question? Which player do you think can become world class under a different manager?
Cole
Under
Palmer.
what time frame? How long are we speaking?
That's what Husam was talking about.
This is all.
For the whole time we're talking about this.
No.
Okay, can I
Why is
rephrase
it
the
one
question
that's-
so it
But
makes more sense?
Chez, I can't answer this.
Mo, let me ask it, Mo, because he does make a
Ask
good point. It's very important to
Yo,
mention
if you
the
lot say
time.
Mudge, I'm gonna break my microphone. You know.
Yeah, no, it's very important to mention the time
break
frame.
it.
Listen, I
Mudge.
agree with Chez. It's very
This is
important to
world
mention the
class
time
thing,
frame.
bro. Staffy. This world class thing, man. This Arsenal squad that you're looking at now.
hold
How
on,
many of them are world class?
No,
And
that's not the point I'm
yeah,
making.
just remember
I'll
there was a time where Chelsea had 9 or 10 world class players
Brother,
starting.
okay.
We're comparing.
Okay, thanks for
I
comparing something from 20 years
Bro,
ago.
bro,
I'm
if
gonna
you
compare
let me
something from now.
explain, wallahi, it will make more sense if you just let me
His
explain.
head's gone.
The only reason we said this is because you guys said, if you asked me, Ziad, you said if Klopp comes into this team, where does this team finish? And I explained why this team wouldn't finish high as you expect, because I just showed you the example that he had when he went to Liverpool, brought in players that were on the verge of becoming world class, and he made them world class. Now let's keep that same context, okay? Chez, and I'm gonna ask you that, and this is gonna give you the time frame. Klopp comes in next season, okay? Comes in tomorrow, bro. Forget about next season. Klopp comes in tomorrow with the group of players that you have right now. How many players automatically take that extra step, become good players, actually perform to the potential that you expected to make you go into that team that you guys think should be competing for top 4, top 5, whatever it is? I think that's a little bit more clear than what Mo asked.
Cool. First of all, the benchmark is to definitely win the leagues. I wouldn't say top 4 is what I'd look at. So if we're saying players to get to a position to be winning the league, then obviously, like any club, will take a couple years. But we're talking about top 4, top 5. Then within the season, I'd expect players such as Reece James to develop more. Other players such as Nkunku already there. Cole Palmer to take a step up. But none of my players, Malo Gusto, but none of my players I've been shouting here this whole stream are world class or near it. Well, I've never said that once.
This is why I mentioned.
But they're trying to put it in my mouth. Like Chelsea fans have been saying, half our squad should be world class.
This is the thing.
And we're under.
You said you have to have a world class squad to compete.
All we're saying is like top 6 level. which has you'd have to be world class to be top 6.
So you said 3 players.
You
and
don't
one
have
of
to
them's
be
on
world
the
class
board.
to
But-
No,
challenge
but
for
he
the
said
title.
world class. He said
But you don't have to be world class chess to challenge for the title. How many world class players are not?
Of course you
How-
do. You need
How
to be
many?
world
How
class.
many world class? How many world class players are in the Arsenal squad?
Arsenal didn't win the league. That's actually the
Are
point
they
that we've been
challenging?
making
Are
about
they
it.
challenging?
I don't know. Are they going to challenge all the
Arsenal,
way?
I don't know. Staffy, are you? I need.
Staffy, the
Are
point is you're
they
saying-
challenging for the league or
Talking
not?
about, bro.
Can I
Yeah,
ask
you know Arsenal. You
Oh,
know,
Guys,
oh,
guys,
okay.
give me-
I
stop,
feel
stop,
like
I feel like it's
stop.
mis-
I
I'm
give up.
gonna
I
ask.
give up.
Stop,
I give
stop,
up.
everyone. Stop, stop,
Misunderstanding.
stop, everyone.
I feel like
I'm
it's a
gonna ask us.
misunderstanding what Staffy's
Stop.
asking and what
I'm
they're
gonna
answering.
ask a specific question. Which center back at Chelsea can reach Saliba's level? He's
Levi
24
Colwill.
years old.
None,
Levi
none.
Colwill.
Levi Colwill.
Levi Colwill. That Liverpool.
Let them
af-
answer, Husam.
that-
Let them answer.
Levi Colwill after Liverpool after half a season at Brighton wanted to bid 60 million for him. Levi
So
Colwill.
Klopp comes
100%.
in tomorrow, and all of a
Habibi,
sudden,
I
Levi
said
Cole is
Klopp
going to
comes
boost the
in.
league.
If Klopp was Klopp at the start of the season, everyone was 0. We start again. He was at a manager at the start of the season. Easy top 4.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
This is
stop,
the
stop,
delusion,
stop.
bro. This is
Easy.
not
Staffy,
true.
Staffy,
This is the delusion.
I'm
It's not
reaching. Staffy, I'm
Easy.
reaching an answer here, guys.
Easy.
So the next one, Nina. Do you believe any of your midfielders can reach Rodri's level?
Now.
No. Can
Now.
reach?
On,
No.
based on
I never
Ziyad's
said
logic.
now, guys. I never said now. Do
When?
you believe
When?
in 2-3 years? Rodri's 26.
No.
How can you
Hold on, Mo.
guarantee-
That's not
Nino,
what we're
don't
doing,
answer
Mo.
that.
No
Mo, what
guarantee.
we're doing right
no
now.
Guarantee.
Yeah,
Mo,
Mo,
Mo, that's not how football
Yes.
works.
guys,
Can I
no,
answer
hold
your
on.
question,
We're
bro?
going
Bro,
by
hey,
Ziyad's
This is
same
hilarious,
logic.
Chess,
I'm not
This
gonna
is
lie,
actually
Mo, you're
funny.
being
This
kind
is
of
hilarious,
shameless.
bro. This is
Mo's
actually
being a
hilarious.
little
Yo,
bit
can I ask you a
shameless
question?
here.
Very
I've
easily
never
for you.
heard these
How is Nina
embarrassing
Mo
questions.
being
to
a little
answer
bit
that
shameless.
question and say to you yes or no? That makes no sense.
No one
That's like me saying,
understands Staffy's
can Conor
question,
Bradley
Miguel.
become world class?
Exactly, Husam. You know
Yeah,
why,
no
one
Husam?
gets
Because
it.
I'm
Maybe.
using
No one
Mo.
gets it.
Mo. So anymore, let me just take over the second.
Oh.
The only logic I'm using is Ziyad's logic. Ziyad told me from the beginning of the season, everyone is back on 0. Klopp is the manager. Where would we be? I
don't
already
agree with him.
said.
don't
I
think so.
said no, but exactly, Ches. So I want to stay with that logic. He said he'd be top 4. He'd be competing for top 4. I refuse to accept that Klopp comes in with this crop of players and in this time frame makes them a top 4 team. So I want to go by Ziyad's logic because I already explained how Klopp doesn't make young players world class right away like he did with the Liverpool players because I already explained the age and everything. So by your logic again, let's go back to the players that you have. Klopp is the manager right now. How many of these players are going to perform that you expect them to perform under Klopp?
On the verge
So
of world
far-
class.
Thank you.
I'm loving this. I'm loving this buzzword of world class. First of all,
Forget
you
the
don't-
word.
First of all, you don't have to be world class to challenge for the league. Arsenal not showing that right now. Second of all, I'm not asking Klopp to come in and within a week to turn our whole squad into world class. Because guess what? I'm bringing him in because he's a proper manager.
Okay,
He's a
so
good
who's taking
manager.
the next step?
He's an
That's all I
elite-
want to know from you, Ziyad. Who's
He's
taking the
taking
next step? Forget the word world class because I never tried to use
Taking
that
the
with your
step
players.
what do you mean? In terms of
For you,
performance.
okay, right now you're 10th. You said
Yeah.
Klopp would make you top 4. It means
Yeah.
that manager makes you take that next step, okay?
Yeah.
Who are these players that taking that next step that make you the top 4 team? Because clearly now you're not. So
I
who
think-
would
I
have
think-
improved
I
in
think-
your
I think-
according to your logic?
I think Gusto goes another level. Palmer goes to another level. I think Nkunku when he can consistently play takes us to another level. I think Lavia when he can play takes us to another level.
Badishile.
I think Enzo. I think Badishile. I think Colwell. I don't know if I said Colwell.
Petrovic.
I said Petrovic is a very good
Petrovic.
goalkeeper. I said
Yeah.
Disasi. Who else
And
can I
if you buy
say?
strikers, if
Who
we
else
get a
saying?
striker,
We're gonna end up with Osimhen
That's
or
pretty
Tony.
much our whole squad.
I've listed about 11
Exactly.
players. We're-
But
we're-
Nina,
we're-
Can I tell you?
One
Okay,
second, can I finish? Can I finish?
When you're done, I want to answer you. When
So
you're
we're
done,
gonna
you
we're
want
gonna
to
bring in.
Staffy, I'm gonna let Nina respond to him.
Can I finish?
You've mentioned all 11 players.
Can I
and you need
finish?
Jurgen
Right.
Klopp.
Yeah,
Guys,
let
let
him
him
finish.
finish.
He
You're not
still
gonna
has
get him to finish.
Salah.
still got
Guys,
players.
Staffy and Salah. He still has more to go.
I
Go
still
ahead.
got players. I
Yes,
still
I
got.
want him to finish.
Wait,
That's what I'm saying.
We still got
No,
one.
no,
If when Reece James could consistently play, he could take us to another level.
Oh
This-
my god.
this is
Forget
just
him because he's
What-
injured. That's a
what-
different one. We're not complaining about his form. We know he's injured. So
this is
forget
just
him.
the top of my head. This is the top of my head. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay. Now, can I answer you? This
Can
is
I
why.
just-
Somebody
people
was
can
saying,
agree
"Wallah
with him,
lazim."
Staffy. Who
Maho,
agrees
I want-
with him?
Maho, I want.
Charlotte, none of you agree with me. I don't care.
Maho,
What's
I
the
want to
point?
rebuttal. Yeah, Mo, let me rebuttal because I asked him the question. This is why me and you never have an agreement where Chelsea should be. You rate Chelsea way higher than me, okay? And I'll tell you why I don't agree with you. Gusto right now wouldn't take an extra step. I'll tell you why. He's 19. He's performing correct to his trajectory. He's a 19-year-old who's actually playing well. So it's not like all of a sudden he's going to become Trent tomorrow. He's not going to be Reece James in his prime. He's not going to be Walker in his prime. So he's not going to automatically elevate.
The peak
No,
for his
no, no,
age.
but no one,
I didn't say he's hit the peak right now.
For his age, he's hit the peak.
Yeah,
Is that what
no,
you're saying?
I didn't say hit the peak.
He's
He's
currently
currently
adequately.
I don't interrupt you.
He's
I say one thing.
adequately.
Wallahi, you're not gonna
Yeah,
like.
so you guys can you guys just actually stop changing what Staff is saying? زياد, انت you know what the problem is. And I'm gonna say it in Arabic. انت زي اللي بقول لك جمال بتقول احلبوه. يعني he's telling you Gusto's 19. He's not going to be world class if Klopp.
Who the world class? Who has to be world class?
Ziyad, your problem is you open your mouth before the information has got to your fucking brain. Let it get to your brain.
I've been listening for 40 minutes. I've been listening to 40 minutes. Don't say I've been sitting it like this for 40 minutes. Listening to bullshit.
Listen to me. I'm not. It's not bullshit. Respect what I'm saying because I didn't say what you said.
Stop screaming. Second of all, listen to what Staff is saying. The Arsenal example actually works against you, not in your favor. Because if Jurgen Klopp takes over Arsenal, he'd make Saka world class, he'd make Declan Rice world class, he'd make Saliba world class, he'd make Martinelli world class, he'd make Gabriel world class, he'd make Ben White world class. He could even make one of their goalkeepers world class.
Guarantee
or he could make, or he would, or he would make them.
No.
I just wanted to
get anything of saying.
You want to keep moving the goalposts. That's the one thing.
Let me finish.
Can we not speak over each other?
Let me finish. I spoke for 7 seconds. Anyway, so if Jurgen Klopp takes over Arsenal, he take those players that are on the verge to that level. This was Staffy's point. Jurgen Klopp's transfer at Liverpool are Mo Salah, who proved himself in Roma, and then he signed him, who was on the verge of world class. Sadio Mane, who proved himself at Southampton, who was on the verge of world class. Firmino, who proved himself on half time, on the verge of world class. Blah blah blah. Like he was in that B.
Sadio Mane was on the verge of world class.
He was.
Of course, bro. Sadio Mane was amazing. Did you forget what he did in Southampton?
He wasn't world class.
You want to
no, he said on the verge.
No, he was on the verge.
Virgil van Dijk was team of the season level. He was like a B plus.
Virgil van Dijk, I'll give you. I'll give you Van
Dijk. Can I just get 20 seconds? Then I'll mute my mic.
I'm agreeing with you.
Like, actually, just count to 20. Point is, these are players that were 24, 25, 26, or 23 possibly, that were this. They had one step left. They had one step left to improve and to become that guy. Staffy's point is, because your squad is 19, 20, 21, 18 players who are inexperienced, who haven't been there, done that, even if Klopp walks in, they aren't going to make the next step that you think they will. Ches doesn't think that. ZIAD thinks that. That's what we're arguing. So he's saying they aren't. Gusto right now is 19. 1 second. Gusto right now is 19.
Go. I'll talk with you.
Gusto is the perfect example. Because he's 19, he's going to be inexperienced. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to make errors leading to goal in certain games. Shit like this happens because of his age and his inexperience. Klopp cannot change that because he's performing how a 19-year-old should perform. So that's the point that Staffy's making.
I wanna
No, Ziad,
no, Shaz and Ziad. I want Nina to have her say in this, please.
We
said a word in about 30 minutes. So
I don't even know what we're talking about.
It's about the players.
Because I never got to finish, bro. I actually never got to finish the point, so it's all in the air.
I don't want the guys. Please let me run the show, please. It's all about the players that can take the next level at Chelsea. Which players can lead you into actually challenging for the title from this squad?
ZIAD named 11 players. How many are you going to?
Yeah, name
please.
ZIAD named 11 players.
Tag me in, please.
But
whoever answers from Chelsea.
That's the thing. That's
well done, Nina.
Based on no, don't say that, ZIAD. Based on Klopp coming in, I'm still using your logic. Stop acting like I'm not.
No, Staffy, because what Husam just said is based on Klopp's whatever he's good at, based on Arsenal right now challenging for a title. You're basing this Chelsea squad on a manager that, in my opinion, is making them look worse. And we are fucking 11th. So you are comparing Klopp to what he can do to a team that is in 11th compared to Klopp, what Klopp can do to a team that's challenging for the league. That is not comparable at all. But please go ahead, Nina.
Can I say, wait, she hasn't even said a word, people. Go ahead, Nina.
Staffy, Poch is the reason COVID spread.
Right. Look, that question is hard to answer because I don't know what I'm basing it off. Like what do you mean if like Klopp comes in now? Obviously, he's going to have them playing a different way. How can I possibly know which player he's going to develop if he hasn't developed them?
How much would you improve, Nina? Let's enter. How much would you improve under Klopp? Because that's how we started all this.
What, with an actual decent manager? With an actual good manager? But that's the thing, and Ziad's right with what he said, is that our manager has misprofiled our players and he has mismanaged our players. So in a way, he has made a lot of them look worse, and it's no coincidence, like we've said, that recently, players like Levi Cole have come out of their shell and has actually developed a lot more playing in his natural position. Why is it so shocking that Levi Cole was so good at Brighton last season in his natural position and is performing in the same position now in the last few games better? But Poch has had him at left back all season when he has ignored the times where we have actually had left backs there available, selection is there. He hasn't done that. There's been a lot of times where he has misprofiled players, he has mismanaged them, and frankly, I don't think he's getting the best out of them. I don't think, for example, if Klopp came, he's going to leave someone like Nkunku alone up top. I don't know. Maybe he's not going to use him that way. Maybe he'll get something better out of him. Because the fact of the matter is, we did have good players come in. I'm not saying that none of these players are good enough. Nkunku, come on, if someone wants to disagree, was a good player before he came at Chelsea. I'm not saying he's not a good player now. Yes, he's still a good player, but I don't think our manager is using him to his strengths, using him to the best of his abilities. We have been burning and rotting, patiently waiting for Nkunku to come back from injury. And firstly, because he hasn't been starting, okay, he hasn't been match fit. For some reason, Poch has decided that, Nkunku is better to come off the bench. In my opinion, he could have built him in slowly to start a couple games. Maybe City would have been a push, but potentially could have been fit if he had played the last couple games to start this final. I don't know if it would have been different, but I don't think that he should have been a striker. And this is exactly where I'll bring in the fact that recruitment did a job wrong. If we had brought in an elite striker, if we'd actually made sure that we didn't spend all this ridiculous money on places where it didn't need to be spent or overspent, we could have actually saved this money to buy an out-and-out number 9, an elite number 9. I don't care about the under 25 profile. I would have gone big to bring in someone that is prolific, that's clinical, that's got a record, and that isn't a what if. I didn't want that factor. Last season, we didn't have goal scorers. We didn't have creators either. This season, okay, fair enough. Someone like Palmer's come in. He's created. Chances have increased massively. But guess what? Again, there's not that person at the top of the attack. There's always a target man missing. Someone's not putting chances away. So while I do believe that, it has been down to the manager a lot of the time, I also blame recruitment because one big area on the pitch, a massive area, was left not addressed. And guess what? We have spent so much money, but we didn't address our biggest problem. We know that a striker at Chelsea has been something that has been missing for years and years. We've tried the big names, we've tried the elite strikers, we've tried the best of the best. Then we went the other way. Then we went, let's bring in someone that's showing potential, that has scored 10 goals at Villarreal for half a season, that is actually a winger, but let's use him as a striker. We'll try that. Oh no, let's turn away any decent striker that was available there in summer. And yeah, we've spent $1 billion, but guess what? There was no striker, not an elite one that came in with that money spent. So you can turn around and you can blame a lot of stuff. You can blame the manager, but the fact is that if you look back on so many of our games, guys, it is literally as simple as the fact that there's still someone not being clinical up top. There's still someone wasting chance after chance after chance. I don't want to be someone that brings up stuff like XG and like chances created, this, that. But it's true. It is true. There is always that person that's not putting the ball at the back of the net, and it is simple as that. We look back on some of our best games, Arsenal at home, Man City at home, where we've said brilliant performances. Guess what? Brilliant performances, but have just walked away with a point because we've thrown chances away. 75 minutes, we were better than Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. They're a completely different side now, but at that time, we could have beaten them. But guess what? We didn't finish our dinner. Then we dropped back, and, I'm not going to bring in like old games now, but it's as simple as that. Recruitment didn't do a great job. They didn't address all the areas that we needed to. And frankly, we're looking looking back, and guess what? It's the same problem from 2 years ago. Chelsea just haven't addressed problems that have been so blatantly obvious. They've been looking around, fishing around to bring in the big names, the guys that, you know, won the World Cups, or the guys that have been showing good cameos in other leagues across Europe. And that's been enough, apparently, a good CV to bring you in. And frankly, that's not good enough. Okay, maybe we had a little bit of we love the fact that we could, you know, outbid a rival team to get a player. Maybe they like the fact that, oh, you know, we can, you know, beat an Arsenal or beat a Liverpool to a certain player. But, you know, frankly, people are right. We did win the transfer windows. Yeah, damn right we did. I was so happy last year in January when we brought all the glittery big name signings. But the fact of the matter is, there was never a good enough CV to back up any of these players, or most of them anyway. You know, yes, Caicedo was flourishing. He was so good at Brighton, but guess what? He was playing in a flourishing system. He was playing in a system. You take him out of the system and you put him in a squad where everything around him is completely different. All the other players are learning on the job and figuring things out. He's not going to perform. Like everyone else around him isn't going to perform. And yeah, there's a big part of it that has come down to the manager mismanaging, but frankly, it's just so much deeper than that. That's why I know that if Poch goes tomorrow, club statement, cool. Whoever comes in is still going to face the same problems. And that's when we have to look at the players, because otherwise it's Potter, it was Lampard for a bit, then Pochettino. But, you know, when you get free managers and they're all not managing to get a tune out of them, then, yeah, you do also have to look at the players and the owners.
See how your answer is so much different than ZIAD's, though. And this is why I had an issue. I have no problem with the answer at all. But your answer is so much different than his. But Shez, please, I'm going to let you go. I'm respecting you.
Shez, before you go on, I need to just do the super chat. Just 1 minute. Mara X is saying, what is the reason Salah hates Liverpool? I'm gonna save this
fraud, bro. What do you mean?
I'm gonna save this to the end of the show. So but I'm gonna answer this. Queen Nadra, thank you so much for the support. 7 Hog is better manager than Poch. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I disagree with that. This is completely wrong.
Respect my manager, please.
Ellie Austin is saying convinced Lavia is an AI generated at this point.
He's real.
He's I don't think
we've seen him in Southampton. He's real.
Yeah, I've seen him. We'll see, but JW is saying if Palmer was that good, would Pep let him go? I'm gonna ask another question at the end related to this. He is good. I don't think he's just ready to lead the team. He needed to be with more experience there. Raheem Sterling should have been that guy or something, or somebody else. But yes, Shez, what are you saying?
Right in the middle between Nino and Ziad's point. I'm literally agree with Nino, and I literally agree with Ziad as well in a way. So it's like the Staffy's point when he uses the good comparison of where will Klopp come in, what players elevate, etc. I'll simply break it down as Nino's saying, which I agree with wholeheartedly, that the recruitment in certain areas has been poor and it's been a little bit imbalanced. So you've got too many centre-backs, left centre-backs now, but you've got no striker up front. You're relying on certain players to be fit all the time. When they're not, we struggle. You're over-relying on players who never performed and are always injury-prone. Look at my left-backs. Bencho and Mark Cucurella. But you've got players who are just inexperienced in general. Putting midfield together, Enzo and Caicedo, young players. It's not really going to work first season in. That's not how football works. If it did, it would be a bonus. Rarely happens. So that element I agree with. But where I agree with Ziad is when you want to ask you questions like, if Klopp came in, who becomes world class or goes to next level? That question right there is literally a loaded question, stabbing in the dark. It's hard to say in football when a manager comes in, who's going to take that step up. What I can say is players will improve to a level to not be in 10th or 11th. You're asking that question because we're in 11th place to see who can push us up to 7th. I don't think Klopp coming in start of the season would be 4th, but I don't think we'd be flipping 8th or 9th or 10th. We'd be somewhere in the middle. So I'm not asking for someone to come in and to be Klopp and to put us all the way at the pedestal and to be 6th. But I want to see consistent results. Even if we were creating chances and the players are missing the chances, I'll be sitting here saying, yo, maybe this striker's overrated. Maybe Enzo is crap. Maybe Caicedo isn't that good. But the problem is, we create 3 chances against a depleted Liverpool team, and you'll come here and say, oh, you should have won the game, though. Gallagher missed a sitter. Yes, he did. But guess what? If we're in a game against smaller teams, we create 4 big chances or 3 big chances, not every team's going to finish those off. That's how it goes. But it's not good enough. Why should I be here playing against teams like Forest at home and some other games, loads of games you can see this season where we're creating like 2 good chances a game. Even Palace, when we won, I was gassed. I think we deserved to win overall, but we didn't create that many chances. Yes, we had possession. Yes, we put the ball around, but it wasn't good enough. So I don't want it. It's too easy to go, oh, these players are crap. And then it's too easy to go, the ownership is the main issue. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of everything. And I think that when you analyze it, you got to be balanced. I know Liverpool fans, Caicedo and Enzo. Then you've got Man United fans, which laugh at Chelsea. It's very easy to point the players. It's easy.
Why do you always think that people just want to
because I'll tell you.
Wallahi, they don't. Like it's very objective talk, Shez.
No, but Mo, price tags.
Can I respond to one point that you made? Can I respond to one point that you made? I've just checked something. Right? I've just checked something. And Chelsea have created the 5th most chances this season behind Leicester. Behind Liverpool, Newcastle, Man City, and Arsenal. Right, like big chances as well. Like this is big chances created. So the point I'm trying to make.
Chelsea have no system. Chelsea have no style.
And we saw it. And yesterday was a perfect example of, bro, the middle 30 minutes, so the last 15 minutes of the first half, the first 15 minutes of the second half, Chelsea created an abundance of chances where they could have won that game and even ran away with it. You feel me? So if you take those chances, it's 1-0 or 2-0. We're not even here questioning Poch, and that's been the situation so many times this season, bro. To see the fact that you guys have, I hate using XG, but you guys are top 5 in XG, and you've missed the most big chances, or below or down there with the most big chances missed. So I don't understand how, when you look at these numbers, that you can say Poch is the issue. Poch
if we had a striker, where do you think we'd be in the league?
My point. Yeah.
Again, I don't think. Arsenal, because you said earlier we'd still be in the same position. So now you're saying.
No. Okay, if that's why I said, looking at this squad, I said I don't think you'd be much different. But had you had a striker like Vlahovic or Osimhen or someone of that caliber,
And guess what, Mo? We turned down Vlahovic because we wanted to give Jackson a chance.
Yeah, I'll tell you for free. A striker lifts you up so much, but that's for me to defend Poch. And do you know what I'm trying to say? I still think there's
rejected Vlahovic.
That's why I blame Recruitment.
Pochettino rejected Vlahovic.
Can I get Staffy to land his point before I ask the last question of the show?
The answers that they all gave, Mo, actually proved my point, because none of them gave the same answer, which shows me that ZIAD's way of thinking, I disagree with ZIAD the most. And you guys know I do a weekly show with ZIAD, well, 2 times a week when we speak on Al Ahwa, and I always argue with him on that. My thing is, ZIAD named at least 11 players.
Football.
I just want to say, for you to go from, where are you guys right now, 11th? Are you 10th?
Yeah, 11th,
okay,
yeah.
so for you to go from 11th to top 4, that's a significant change. That's a drastic change. For him to think a manager can come in and make at least 11 players that he named that much better, that they become a top 4 team, is what I always disagree with.
Oh, and Staffy, 1 second. Let me just a little caveat.
That's
That's with Klopp, by the way.
Let him finish.
No, I'm saying, and the conversation was Jurgen Klopp, a manager that is unattainable for them, right? That's with one of the best managers in the world. So if you remove Poch and you get someone that may be better than Poch, but like how many of those players actually improve? And that's the point that we're making. Chelsea are so far away because this whole conversation is based on if they had Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is different class. You're not going to get.
That's a crazy hypothetical. Yeah, exactly. That's a crazy hypothetical.
So the other solution is you get a better manager than Poch if you can. Fair enough, but then you have to change a lot of these players because a lot of these players aren't going to improve under a manager.
Exactly, Salah. That's the
point. A terrible manager can get us 1 win away from
terrible, bro. We've done it, bro.
Okay, well, he's not performing well at Chelsea.
Do you remember the stream that we had a couple of days ago where the conclusion
he's not doing well at Chelsea? He's not doing well at Chelsea. So a manager doing shit at Chelsea can get us 1 win away from.
A manager doing shit at Chelsea has you guys creating some of the most chances in the league.
We're 11th, bro.
You're not 11th. Okay, 1 second. Because I still didn't get to finish, guys. Listen, I'm sorry, Chess. Just let me finish, please.
No, it was just ZIAD's point.
You're 11th because yes, Poch is bad, but he's not the only problem. That's what I need you to understand. Nina by herself mentioned at least one position that you guys are short in. I actually think you guys are short in more departments than just the striker department, because she just named that you guys don't even have a good, I won't even say a world-class striker because that's not the buzzword that I'm going for to irk you. Just say competent striker to at least give you 15 goals a season to get you. No, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about the squad right now. Please don't talk to me about players who are not here. You don't have anyone right now. Klopp is not coming in. because that's the bar that we were using, and he's making Nico Jackson a 15 to 20 goal season striker. He's not making anyone in your front line right away a striker that gets you 15 to 20 goals to be a top 4. Forget the front line. I actually don't even think your midfield is good enough.
I think
because I think their midfield is so unbalanced.
It's so overrated. It's so
You know why,
overrated.
Salad? Because they
Bro.
saw good names that performed well in different teams, but when you put them collectively together, don't forget Conor Gallagher was very good for Palace. Remember that one season he went on loan and he was smashing it in Palace. All of them collectively are not a good balanced midfield, because I told them, you guys, even when Lavia is back, I said, you guys, right now you're using Caicedo as a lone 6 who's not a lone 6. And even if you got Lavia, you don't have enough creativity from your 2H, which is Enzo and Caicedo, to make you a team that scores a lot of goals, because they don't have GA. When you look at Enzo, what did everyone say about Enzo yesterday when he was in the box? How he dealt with that one chance where he backheeled it. That shows you that he's a player that can control a game, but he's not going to get him GA. Same thing as Caicedo. They don't actually have the balance to become a top 4 midfield with the players that they have now, which is something they need to address in the market again, which is why it brings me back to this whole thing from the beginning when I started, that Poch is an issue. He's not performing well. He's not developing players, but the players that you have are not even good enough under another manager to get you your aspirations of being a top 4 team. And I will stand on that until you actually go and correct your mistakes in the market again. Yes, people will make fun of you and say, oh, they need more money. You actually do need more money. Yes, you actually need to improve on the players that you have before you think someone of the caliber of Klopp or even close to Klopp to come in and make you guys a top 4 team. And I will stand on that.
You know the beautiful thing about social media? Social media, there's receipts in it. And as soon as the season ended, I said, Moises Caicedo is a product of the Zerbi system. If he had gone to Klopp's system, he probably could have improved and been world class or whatever. But if he went anywhere else, I didn't see Moises Caicedo being anywhere near as good. Enzo Fernandez is another one that was bought based on 6 months and a World Cup, right? That's not how you operate, in my opinion. Chelsea's midfield has so many holes. It's
so why did every other club in the world want him?
I mean, every club wanted him for a reasonable fee. No one was going to pay 125 million.
We
for
had to
Enzo
do it in
Fernandez.
order to get him in January, though. That's the point.
Sorry?
Because of how crap we was last season, we had to overpay for most of these players.
No, I want, bro, and I hear that, bro. The thing is, right, I'm not gonna even the players. I'm not gonna put much blame on, right. I feel like it starts all the way at the top with Chelsea, right, and that obviously that's a conversation for another day. But if you're gonna either say players or Poch, I'm 100% saying these players, because none of these players have proven anything in this past to A, cost as much as they cost, and for B, for you guys to expect for them to be as good as you expect them to be.
So which players are you saying they're overpriced?
Moises Caicedo is overpriced. Enzo is overpriced.
Liverpool bid the same amount as us.
I think that was but also another thing is though, Liverpool, I can explain the Liverpool one. Liverpool bid because if Liverpool get Moises Caicedo, that gives them a lock for the Premier League, but that's because they know Moises Caicedo is going to be. Can I finish? Can I please finish? Because they know Moises Caicedo is going to be playing with Jurgen Klopp and he completes their team because they already had Szoboszlai, they already bought McAllister. So you're making a midfield of Caicedo, McAllister, who was already with for an entire year and they did it well together, and Szoboszlai. And they have Mohamed Salah, they have Diogo Jota, they have Darwin Núñez, they have Luis Diaz, right? And they have Van Dijk and Konate and Trent Alexander-Arnold. So
Salad, I'll pay premium to win the league. I won't pay premium to start a project.
Thank you very much. That's the difference. You're using Caicedo.
You wouldn't buy one of the best midfielders in the league.
He's not one of the best.
Yeah, that's not what we said. We said you wouldn't pay that because you compared the price that Liverpool paid. Liverpool, imagine a puzzle, ZIAD. There's one piece left in the puzzle, in their opinion, to win the league. They need to get it at any price possible. That's why they overbid, because they know they get it, but ultimately it will pay off. You overpaid for a midfielder. Yes, I understand you got to get him before other people do. And I do rate him, by the way. But you got him with so many unknowns around him. You started a project around him being premium. That's the difference. You don't need to pay premium for a controller who's going to come. I'm sorry?
He's 21.
I understand his age. I'm not worried about his age. I'm just saying you're bringing him in with that premium price, but he's so much unknown in your team. You're still putting pieces together. He's not a final piece. You're not going to add him for that price and you're going to gain anything right away. That's why you don't need to spend that much.
Of
That's
course,
what the
but-
same by the,
yeah, but-
that's
no,
the same
but
thing they
that's-
did with Van Dijk.
Yeah, but
One second, remember Van
Liverpool-
Dijk. One second. Remember Van Dijk and Alisson when they got them, especially Van Dijk, because they needed a defender badly. And no one in the right mind at that time thought that Van Dijk from Southampton was 75 million. Because Southampton didn't need to sell him like that. But they needed him so much because they needed a defender because they were 2 or 3 pieces from completing the team. They went ahead and broke the bank. And remember, Husam, you're a Liverpool fan. Do you remember how much you guys got mocked for spending that much?
Yeah,
People thought
that's
that it was going to be a
smart.
flop. Remember
But
that. It was,
what's wrong,
it was
so
in the
what's wrong
news.
with spending that money on a player that you
Let's
think is
say
going to be
something on that point.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
explained
Because
it's
he's
the
not the final
piece.
piece. Yeah, that's
No,
the
no,
point we're trying
no,
to make.
So you can't
One sec,
spend that much money
one sec.
on one of the best midfielders in the league that you think is going to be there for
He's
next
not one
decade.
of the best midfielders in the league.
Last
No, but
season
can
he
I
wasn't.
say-
Last season he wasn't. Last season he wasn't.
It was a scarce market.
Last
Yeah,
season
fact.
he wasn't the best in the league.
Also,
You know why it's not a
point,
scarce,
yeah.
Nina? You know why there wasn't a scarce? Because you went and got Lavia
Yeah, it
right away.
wasn't
for 40.
scarce.
Can I say
Right
something, though?
away, you got
Midfield
Lavia.
market
Liverpool
wasn't
paid the
That
same
one
amount.
twenty.
So does
That
Lavia,
one.
does Lavia complete Liverpool?
No. I'm not talking about Lavia going to Liverpool. I'm saying you guys buying
But does Lavia
Lavia.
complete Liverpool?
No.
So why did they bid the same amount as us?
Facts.
I don't care about the 40 million because that's not premium.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
talking about, you're talking about
Staffy,
Caicedo.
can I
You gotta
point on that
differentiate. That doesn't make
Can I
sense.
say one thing? Because you spoke on
Go
your
ahead,
point.
Shazko.
Just because rebuilds in the past, this is their logic, and I hear it a little bit. Just because rebuilds in the past have been how Klopp's done it, where you buy low, you make them how you develop them, and now you've got world-class players that you pay cheap premium for. Chelsea have used the logic of let's pay what needs to be paid, varied prices, by the way, because the way you're talking is that every player's been 100 million. Carney was what, 30, etc. Gusto was at 27. So my point is they've done it differently, right?
I only
Their
spoke about
thing was-
Caicedo, brother, not the rest.
Their
They have
thing
it.
was we'll pick out the best young players in each different league, put them together, they'll
Isn't that a
develop.
bit of a gamble, my bro?
No,
Isn't
no,
that a bit of a
exactly.
gamble?
I'm not telling my
because,
point.
because there's no
I'm not telling my
known-
point. Allow it, man.
Let him finish.
And then, and then they put them together to develop.
Well, you're
And then
upset,
that's the
Chelsea.
thing. The risk, obviously, is it like you said, Salad. It's not going to work. That's not how football works. But the prices, I'm not going to have a go at them for, because if they believe that Enzo and Caicedo in 3, 4, 5 years' time are going to be world class, and we won't need to replace them for 4 or 5 years' time, then the price now won't be that price in the future. It'll be kind of worth the opportunity cost you pay up front. So it's easy to say now, oh, you shouldn't have done it that way, but they just gone a different way. And even to this day, no one can guarantee it won't work. No one can tell me right now, in 2-3 years' time, they tweak Paul Wigan-Stanley, they get him out, they bring someone else in who's a bit more competent, we get a striker, left, right wing, and centre back, which are all plausible things. And in 2-3 years, we're now challenging the top 4. No one can say that won't happen. No one. So
I agree with
In
Yeah.
2-3 years,
you,
you're
but-
challenging for top 4.
yes, 100% we could be. Bit market.
I don't disagree with that, but that
Yeah, no
actually
more.
proves everything I've been saying. Thank you.
That,
very
yeah,
much.
I
that's,
agree with you,
that's
Sam.
literally
We
the
agree,
point we've
though.
been making, bro.
We agree though. I'm not saying we'll finish 4th.
And you know
Shit.
also what also the Caicedo point Staffy made. You know what proves it? In the same summer, there was a guy that went from West Ham to Arsenal for the similar
Don't
price
compare
tag.
this. You can't compare it.
No. You know why? Because it was the
Can't.
final piece to the puzzle. Being
exactly.
a final piece to the puzzle, you're willing to pay. Because
There's
if
not
I've
one way
got
to skin a cat, Husam.
If
There's
I've
not a
got
rule
if
that
I've
says
got
that.
19 pieces on a 20-piece puzzle, and I feel like this is the one thing that I'm going to be ready for. That's what Arsenal felt about Rice. That's what Liverpool felt about Caicedo, about Virgil, about Alisson, and we went and got it done. If you're starting a project, factually speaking, that 115 million is better spent on 3 youngsters than 1, because in the case that one of them fails, the other 2 works, or 2 fails, 1 works. That's how
true.
it should have been operated.
But the way you're speaking is that there's only one way to build a team. They've
that's
done it.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
but the
I'm-
wrong way. The wrong
I'm gonna
way
tell
is
you.
to
I'm gonna
take-
tell you why
There's a
there is
wrong
one
way.
way. I'm gonna tell you why there is
No,
one
there
way.
is a
Shez.
wrong
Sorry,
way.
I was
sorry.
just about.
Shez,
I was just
Guys,
about to
guys, I just Shez, I'm gonna tell you why there is only one way.
Don't yell at us,
Because
please.
your way is the way
a
that
dictator.
never happened before.
That's
so
what I
it's
was just about to say.
untested.
When
So
has
it's
that ever happened?
untested,
before?
and it's proven now that it's not working. So
That's what I'm
this is-
saying. Like, you know how you saying
now,
there's
yes,
more than
Mo,
one way to
now,
skin a cat.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah,
know who else
yeah.
did that, by the way.
But they're on
Just let me
8-year
tell you who else
contract.
did
I
that.
wanna.
Can I
When
tell you who else did that?
have you ever seen what you guys have done work You feel me? Like obviously
Never.
it's a brand new formula that you guys
Never.
think
That's why I
what I'm
blame
trying to
owners.
think.
Yeah. So what?
But
That's
it
but this is
can't
why
work,
we
though.
agree with you more than the others.
So the
Because-
player.
but-
So we need the position with midfielder. We were all dying out for midfielder for years. For 5 years, we needed a crazy midfielder. Yeah.
Well, we needed to revamp midfield. Yeah, 2-3
Or
years.
like
did,
by
yeah, we did.
for years, right? So
Yeah.
you're telling me is when we need to revamp the hot midfield, a very important position. Yeah. Don't go and get the best.
You
in the
don't need
league.
to overpay to
Don't-
start. Yeah.
Forget
Yeah.
forget the
But
first
stop
of all,
disagree with that,
this
man.
overpay nonsense. It's not
It
our
is,
money.
It's not
No,
nonsense.
but it's not the money because no one gives a shit. It's not our money, and it's not going to affect the club because the club is going to go in the summer and
So
spend
then
more
you
money.
complain that
Let's
you
go-
guys
what-
didn't
what-
affect
what-
the other
I think you're wrong
spots.
there.
Yeah,
I think you're
Khali,
wrong
one
there.
second. Yeah,
You're
one
not allowed-
second.
I don't
One
think you're
second.
going to be able
Makes
to
no
spend like
sense,
this
So
bro.
one
for
second.
another couple
So
of
when
windows.
we need to revamp that whole midfield. So we go get someone that's performed the best in the league the prior season, and all of a sudden that's a problem.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
have a
problem, yeah,
problem with
but
you
we should
playing
never have paid
premium.
that much.
You played premium for a risk. They needed to pay premium to win a
Yeah.
league. That's the same thing, by the way, they did with
I
Rice.
And that's
told you
Rice
this
is
is
not.
desperate.
Wallahi, if you let me land, you're gonna understand my point. Rice is the same thing. We all agreed that Rice was overpaid for, but they also got him as a final piece to win the league. These are two
Yes.
examples of people paying risks because the ultimate reward is winning a league. Now, why
But
I
why
am
are we
telling you,
mentioning
you don't
price
need to.
tags, though?
I don't know.
Let me just. I'm sorry.
Staffy, can you explain that? Why are we actually talking about price tags? I don't
Gives
get
a
it.
shit.
I'll tell you why.
Because
Sam
you don't know.
First of
literally
all-
just said.
Is
No,
the player,
I'll
is
tell
the
you
player,
why.
is the player good
No,
enough or not?
no.
He didn't say any. He didn't say why. He just said what.
The player is
No,
good
no, I
enough
said,
or
no,
not?
no, I did say why.
You
I
said
said take
why.
that 115 million. I
No,
said
no.
take that 115 million, buy 3 youngsters instead, in case one doesn't work, the other 2
Wallahi,
work.
you don't even need to.
Lower risk.
Wallahi, you don't need
Why
to.
price tag matters?
Ayo, for
I'll give
context,
you. Let me give you the answer.
For context, Enzo and Caicedo cost more than the entire Napoli squad.
But why is that
won the
relevant
league
to
last
this
year.
point, though?
That's
There
what
we
I'm
go
just
with
saying.
Napoli. Forget Napoli.
Mo
This is
Salah
us,
entered
It's
with
relevant. No,
Napoli.
I'll tell you exactly why it's relevant. I'll tell you exactly why it's relevant.
Let
No,
him
I'll tell you.
let him land. Let him land.
No,
Yeah,
I'll tell you exactly why it's relevant. Because of what Husam said, you could have bought 15 players with that money, and a few of them would have worked out and become
You don't
incredible
need 15 players.
That's the
You
point I'm
actually
trying to
don't
say.
need 15 players. That's
No,
actually
not 15.
exaggerating.
Obviously, it's a
I know
Premier
what you
League,
mean.
but
Obviously,
I'm saying you can buy at least 4 or okay, bro, 250 million. You can buy 4 or 5 very, very good players that even if 3 of them don't work out, you have 2 world-class players. But now you've risked essentially your entire future and gambled it on these 2 guys. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And the crazy, even though ZIAD's saying it's not our money, it's not going to affect the club, bro. Financial fair play is on your ass. Number 1, and number 2, you're not going to be able to spend money. You're not going to be able to spend money like this going forward. It's not feasible. It's not reasonable. What they've done is they've bought all the good young players that they thought they could buy at the beginning to try and hope they develop. That's why they signed him to 8-year contracts. So hopefully, you know what, we hit the jackpot now, right? But if it doesn't work, they're not planning to spend 100 million every single summer on 1 or 2 players. It's not going to work like that.
So, by the way, the answer was much simpler than that as well. Hold on.
What they said is our first 3 transfer windows, we're going to go out, as Ches said, we're going to go to all the leagues. We're going to buy all the good young players that we believe are good young players, sign them to long contracts and hope it works out for the long run. If it doesn't work out now you're pissed.
We should have bought Caicedo and Enzo. No problem.
No one said that. See, this is the thing that you do. By the way, this all started.
Brighton weren't going to sell for less than 100 million. So
This
you either
all
get him or
started-
you walk away.
Yes,
you want us to walk away?
you didn't need to do that. And I'll tell you why. Because first of all, this all started by you saying if Caicedo wasn't good enough, how come Liverpool bid the same? So don't gaslight us because we never started with this
Same
price
thing
thing
about Lavia.
until you said, I don't care about Lavia because Lavia is not overpriced. Let me get back to that. You said Lavia. Lavia was 40 million. I will pay 40. Did you guys pay 40 or 60?
Liverpool bid 60 million as well.
How much did you guys pay?
50.
Not 60, you pay 60.
55, 50,
45
55.
plus 5. 45 plus
Okay,
5.
that's still a good price. I don't think that's overpriced.
What?
Lavia? Yeah, actually, let me finish.
Yeah,
man.
come on.
Every time I say something, you're
No,
so
because
surprised.
45, man.
It's like if I'm talking about a team that's doing so well, and I'm the only one who's seen them in 11th. You guys matched the bid that Liverpool did. I already explained that was the final piece for them. They're trying to win the league. Same thing Rice did. Arsenal did with Rice. Final piece to win the league.
55.
Okay, 55. The proof, by the way, Lavia signing is actually the proof that you didn't need to go and get Caicedo. Because if you see, 120 or whatever it is, no, we're good. We'll get Lavia for 45, a fraction of how much you are. and he's still going to come in and he still fits the profile and the project of bringing in youth to become better. Now, what do you do with this 120? You go to Nina right now, who's saying we don't have a striker to score goals. You're going to be like, Nina, here we go. We saved the 120. Now we don't have any FFP issues. Let's go sign 2 strikers instead of 1, because now our striking issues, our goal issues are now solved, because we didn't go pay 160 or 180 on midfielders in Lavia and Caicedo. Instead, we still got a midfielder for a very good price according to the price to the market right now. And there we go. We can get Vlahovic. Fuck it. He doesn't want Vlahovic. Let's get 2 other strikers.
I don't know where you get 120 for. No one paid 120 for Enzo.
Yeah, how much did you pay for Caicedo?
Same price as Rice. Same price as Rice.
And I asked you for 100 million.
100 million. Yeah.
Their reasoning was in summer to have. Their reasoning is
it's not 120, it's 110. I'm sorry.
It's not 110 either.
Their reasoning was one sec. Their reasoning was in summer to rely on Cuckoo being fit, because Cuckoo was fit when they were signing these midfielders. They wanted him to play as a striker. And then obviously you have Jackson coming in as a youngster player who can play across the 3. Palmer came in. I don't think they're expecting Cuckoo to be out for so long. That's not. He's come back recently, cool, but he hasn't been playing the whole season. And in your point on Lavia, he also would have been out as well in hindsight. So he would have been left with no midfielders again.
Yeah, but
so
that's
my point isn't
that though, Shez. Don't worry about the injury, because you guys didn't know he was going to be injured. You didn't buy him knowing he would get injured. So
Jorginho wants to stay.
I know that.
Jorginho wants to stay as well.
But I just wanted to say that I think keep drumming on the fact that you could have opportunity cost, isn't it? I suppose in economics, yeah. You could have done something else with the money you spent, which is maths, isn't it? Like business. But I think the point you're missing out is Chelsea needed to move out our midfield. We got rid of Kante, Kovacic, Mount, and Havertz doesn't play deep lining, but midfielders. And we needed to basically Jorginho's all factor, Sam. We needed to basically invest heavily in the area for the future. So I think they've just thought Labia's got a good track record. Caicedo's a good season. Enzo. We need to do all it takes to get these 3 midfielders in. They fit the style of play we want. And if we have to pay. My thing is, Chelsea right now, I disagree with you, man. We don't have financial issues like that. Like, if in 3 years' time the players.
If you didn't, you would have bought a striker in January. You know, no one bought a striker in January.
Can you just Shez, finish your point? Land your point, please. You done?
Oh yeah.
You don't have the financial point. You don't have the financial. You don't have.
Guys, I'm gonna head out. Big up for having me. I've got A-listers in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
love
thanks.
all of you.
Hey, Husam, I was just about to give props to Liverpool. I was going to answer that super chat with props to Liverpool. You're going to miss it. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I'll just watch it on playback. You get me?
We don't give props to Liverpool.
I've got A-listers in 10 minutes. So I have Lewis. ZIAD is one of Lewis's disciples. You get me? That's why he's so Poch out. He's so Poch out in his ways. You know, but big up to you guys. Big up Chaz. Big up.
No, stay on the stream. It will take you to A-listers when they start right away with Husam, Igal. See you, Husam.
Bye.
Safe. But I don't know what Staffy said. I think he said an interesting point I want to respond to. But I didn't hear you say.
I said you would have signed if you didn't have financial issues. You would have signed.
But I want.
Can I sign a striker?
I need to move. Okay, I need to finish the last question of this, but I need to do the couple of super chats. Why does Staffy want Ten Hag out if just like Poch, United players are washed, but Chelsea fans can't want Poch out?
I don't want Ten Hag out. Ten Hag in.
Staffy's Ten Hag in. Stop red. What are you guys talking about? Staffy sees the bigger picture. He believes in Ten Hag.
Look at the bigger picture, brother.
By the way, both Poch and Eric Ten Hag are bums. I wouldn't put Poch with Ten Hag. Ryan is saying Caicedo has been a flop. He can hold that expeditiously. I don't know how to say this. Expeditiously. Big up, unbearable. Top of the table. Carabao Cup winning. Quadruple chasing red. Yes. A quadruple, not the quad. You're not in the Champions League, Ryan. So just hold that. I want to ask the last question, just 5 minutes. I want to get, before I ask Salah the question, I want to ask Nina, ZIAD. Nina mentioned something about attracting a top striker or a top talent.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
You're going to say, how are we going to attract a top striker?
Why would a player join Chelsea in the summer?
Easy. Nina, you got
El dinero.
I'm asking you, go ahead. Why would, if you finish 7th or 8th or 9th, no Champions League, why would a player, now the 8-year contract isn't on the table anymore. You can't. Why would a player join Chelsea if he sees Enzo, Caicedo, their market value dropped, by the way, officially, but that's expected for everybody that joined. Everybody, it's expected. Why would a player join Chelsea?
What striker mode, to be specific? Are we talking like Tony level? Or are we talking like the sporting?
Not the
Lisbon
but that's
striker?
what Nina's talking about. Nina's talking about I want someone who's ready-made now, guaranteed to work.
And we could have gotten someone.
You
and
could
we,
have this
and we
summer.
could've.
It's coming. Why would
Well,
Vlahovic,
it's
for
becoming
example,
harder.
choose
Player
Chelsea
pool-
over Arsenal?
Player pool is going to become harder. Young players want to be in Europe. Young players want to play Champions League football. Of course, Chelsea historically is known for that. Players have always picked Chelsea. You know, we have player pool. It's what we've had. But if that's another season out of Europe, I do worry about that. I mean, Chelsea fans, come on, like you have to worry about these things. You know, we've always sort of said in the past that, you know, well, especially when this whole project sort of began, yeah, why not buy into the project? You know, we've got something going on here. But if you're watching this and you're watching how things are unfolding, and obviously, yeah, the long contracts aren't on the table anymore, but yeah, what's not to say? I mean, obviously, certain players have preferences. Some of them, you know, have said they've supported Chelsea. They want to come play for Chelsea. You know, we've seen like what Victor Osimhen has put out on Twitter, and we can be, you know, all our fantasies and that. But if a player's got a chance to go and like boss it in Champions League, and you know, is going to just hit their prime, why would they want to come and potentially just play domestic cup football and not be competitive in the league and not be in Europe?
Exactly my point.
We need Nina more to speak for Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie.
We finished
Get
12th
ZIAD
last-
out.
Because watch, Ziad's gonna
Not
say
my
this.
division player, well, but we finished 12th last season and we managed to attract a lot
Yes,
of top
I'm
players.
going to tell you. Okay, so
We
there is
want-
an
we
explanation
managed-
for it. Yeah, there is an explanation. You finished 10th under Conte and won the league the year after. So people thought, yeah, that was 1 year off. That was just
Is that what
1
footballers
year.
think? 1 year off when they're signing an 8-year contract.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
No,
I
but
mean,
Ziad,
to
what I'm
be
saying
fair,
is
Hold
now
on,
it's
Ziad.
becoming
That's very
harder.
logical, Ziad. That's very
Yeah,
logical.
yeah.
No.
A player was
Notoriously, Chelsea have had a bad season, then bounced back the next year with a
Yeah.
new manager and maybe
New,
signing.
newsflash, Salad, yeah? When people are signing a contract at a football club, they don't look at their past. They look at what's going to go forward and their future. They don't care about what happened in the past.
Okay, so tell us the answer
So,
then.
I'm-
Ziad. What is it?
Because what I'm saying, so if we finish 12th and we have these Lavia off Liverpool, Caicedo off Liverpool, Enzo off any club he wants, Colwell signs a new contract over Liverpool, Gusto over Man United, all these players, if we're able to get these players to stay over these other big clubs, clearly Boehly and Iqbali, they might be not good at hiring sporting directors, but they clearly know how to sell a project. So
fine.
true.
Yeah, but
I
that's
know
the
that.
point. But that's the point. That was we finished.
But that's
10th.
further back as well. A lot of those players came in January as well, guys. Let's not forget. Like the longer
No,
it's
Caicedo,
like,
Nina,
everyone I mentioned was in the
go to
summer.
Liverpool, and they offered the same
Everyone I
money.
mentioned was in
Yes,
Liverpool.
guys, they didn't
Was
offer
in
the same
summer.
contract length. Just number
Oh,
one. Number
Ma'alesh, they offered 5 years and not
number-
8 years. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
no.
it makes a
Enzo's
big
so
difference.
Caicedo's so worried about 3 years that he's
Yeah,
not going to
true,
get
bro.
another
That's
club.
not an
Yeah,
excuse.
Ah,
every time
nonsense,
someone
man.
speaks and mention anything negative about Chelsea, you
This
just
guy's
don't
worse
like
than
them.
Dunn,
No,
bro.
I've been in.
Free Dunn,
I've
bro.
been. No, 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 no.
Instead
Instead
No,
of
no, no. I've been
arguing
in 15.
back,
I answered
instead
you.
of arguing back, you fucking scream and yell. I
Yeah,
can
I'm
fucking
screaming at you
scream
because you
as
talk.
well.
I've been sitting and listening to Husam for an hour and a half. That's why.
Someone
Fuck's
in
sake,
the chat
bro.
actually made a very good point. Players' agents love Chelsea, and I think that's a very, very good point.
because
Um,
they get good money.
Exactly.
I just said that. I said the
Yeah, you
dinero,
said
papa,
they- they-
dineros.
Hey, Ches,
And
you
the reason for that is
Ches,
if I give Moises Caicedo an 8-year contract, I'm getting a percentage of an entire of his contract.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah,
that's
I
not
yeah.
the
didn't
same.
land my point. By the way, I didn't land
Obviously,
my
okay,
point.
guys.
I didn't land my point, guys. I
You're
didn't land
wrong
my point.
anyways, Mo.
My
Who
point
cares?
is
Ziad
very
right.
simple, people. Yes, you could have sold the project very well after finishing 8th the year before. We are building this. We have Enzo. We're signing Colwell. We're gonna get Caicedo. We're gonna get Nkunku. We're gonna have Pochettino, someone who is very good in developing players. All of this might be attractive at that time. What's the attraction point now then? How are you going to convince him that this can be successful? How are you going to go to
what you say,
Osimhen
man?
and tell him you're going to be successful?
You know what you say? What's the fact that Salah brought earlier? Chelsea created the 5th biggest chances in the Premier League. You will help us score those goals to push us up the league and to get in Europe. When you do that, you get a bonus. And when you do that, you start winning trophies.
Let's not act like
Hey, Mo, Gravenberch is on the same money as Caicedo, so you lot keep going with this money sign and the chat money. Gravenberch on the same amount of money as Caicedo. So Chez, you know what's funny? So it's not the project, it's not what the club sell, it's the agents. The agents are in bed with Chelsea. We overpay our players, as if Man United haven't paid every single player 300k a week and they've all flopped.
People,
I think
this guy makes, bro. These points he makes is just
answer
insane.
this question, and then when ending the show.
Your fans, like it's pretty straightforward. I mean, there's a lot to like about Liverpool. You know what I'm trying to say? Jurgen Klopp's one of the great. I mean, bro, when props are due, props will get given. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like yesterday, I was so impressed with Liverpool. I'm like, and a few Liverpool fans were like, "Oh, this is one of our most impressive wins," and I respect that. I understand it. You feel me? Because they've done it with youngsters, they've done it with so many players out. But like Liverpool, I mean, bro, I don't have to answer that question. You feel me? Not every team has to be my cup of tea. Liverpool's just not my cup of tea.
No, just look at Husam, bro. Why would I like Liverpool? Just
but
look
when
at
you
Husam.
when you hate a club, there is a reason why you hate the club.
And I answer the club. They're fans.
The fans. You hate the club.
They're fans. Yeah. They've got the most shameless. I'm just gonna keep it as that. The most shameless fans in the world. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I know Liverpool fans can get sensitive, and that's it. They're just shameless.
Arsenal fans are very sensitive. Look at
no. Do you know what it is?
The most sensitive.
You know the thing with Liverpool fans. The thing with Liverpool fans is it's literally the whole world against us. They've got this chip on their shoulder. They just try to make everything about them. It's like, but
bro, it's been 7 months. They're still crying about Caicedo, bro. Leave the guy alone, man. Khalas.
The PG Amola against them. The referees are against them. The wind is against them. 12:30 kickoffs are against them.
So it's their manager as well. It's their manager as well, isn't it?
Why would do you hate Jurgen Klopp yet?
Me?
Bro, he says fuck Jurgen Klopp.
I can't stand Jurgen Klopp's face. I can't stand looking at him. He makes me sick. Everything about him makes me sick.
Do you hate Jurgen Klopp more than Arteta, for example?
Yeah, but I just hate Arteta because he's at Arsenal. I've got nothing against him. But Liverpool and Klopp himself makes me sick.
Why?
Finals against it.
Did you see how many finals he lost to him, Mo?
Yeah,
so about the football then.
Football as well, and him as well. He's just full of himself. He's
Momo, let me remind you, ZIAD went to 3 finals and lost all 3 of them to Klopp.
Four.
Sorry, he lost 4 finals to Klopp, bro. You expect him to like him, bro?
No, 3 to Klopp, 1 to Pep, man. That's not okay.
He took his.
Mo, I'm gonna ask you this question before you wrap up.
2 minutes. No, 2 minutes. Nina has to go. So big up Nina.
Yeah.
By the way, her channel is in the description, people. She just reached 4K. Big up to Nina for all the hard work she's doing on YouTube. So guys, go subscribe to Nina. Her channel is in the description. So as everybody else, including Mo Salad. If you just want to give him a subscription. Thank you, everybody. Go ahead, Ziad. Ask me the question. Nina, you just have to
Thanks, guys. Good night. Big up to everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, Mo, tell me, do you think we're going to sign an elite striker in the summer?
Yes.
So what was the point of that question?
You're going to offer ludicrous amount of wages in the 5 years, which is about 350k or something to Osimhen. For you to sign that, for him to sign.
So 5 years, 8 years is over. So Chez, 1 second. So 8 years is over.
What? Chez, you think? Chez, I'm sorry. This is our longest stream together, Chez. You really think everything is about banter? And it's not. I promise you.
So the 8 years is over, Mo.
Chelsea.
They think they're shouting. Let me speak to them normally.
No. I actually loved it. I find it funny, bro. No. So it's 8 years is over. So we're only going to be offered to 5 years. So you think the only way we get Osimhen is if we offer him 300k?
I think we'll go over the wage structure because it's gone down. By the way, it's gone down to 150k for the top players. So Enzo and Caicedo, I think, are nearing 150. Everyone else other than Nkunku, Ben Chilwell, Sterling are above that mark. 3 of those were before the new regime came in.
I'm sorry.
So
Osimhen
my thing is,
Chelsea is bigger.
I know. If you get Osimhen, it won't be like 350.
It will be Raheem Sterling contract.
Raheem Sterling contract.
Can I tell you something? Osimhen now, his new contract that he just signed with Napoli a couple of months ago, now is worth 220k. Now,
he's definitely getting 350k at Chelsea.
Definitely getting more than that.
You think he's going to England for just an extra 30k, bro? Come on,
bro. And also, my point is
to live in London and instead of living in Roma. Are you kidding? In Napoli, like in Italy, eating food.
Let me land something. Staffy, I don't think we'll get him. I think he'll ask for 250. No, he'll probably ask for 3 racks. yeah, and they'll be like, nah, rush it. We'll go somewhere else. They won't pay that much money. I can guarantee you right now. If he comes,
can I say one
it'll
thing
be
though?
an incentive-based contract. If it is 350k, it'll be purely incentive-based.
I'll tell you something.
250, 60 minimum, then like 190k way if you score, you know, X, Y, Z. Right?
Let me say something. If he signs for anything less than 300k, he will be making less than he's making at Italy because he's not European. He only get taxed about 20%. In England, he's getting taxed 40%. So essentially, he will be walking home with less money than he is now to come to the UK.
This is what he said. He said incentives. We don't know what the incentives would be.
No, he said 300k, but based on incentives.
That's what I'm saying. So anything less than 300k, he's walking home with less money than
his base salary. His base has to be.
That's not a job.
That's my thing.
His base has to be.
Most things the only way we get him is
you're gonna get Ivan Toney, you think?
We'll just have to go down the ladder. So, for example, if Tony and Osimhen want minimum 280s, minimum,
who are you gonna get then?
We'll have to keep going down. I don't know who that is. The Lisbon.
You know how scarce the striker market is right now. That's what I'm saying.
Point, which is why last summer,
bro, these guys signed Rasmus Højlund for £70, bro. The guy that played 19 games in the Italian league.
Exactly, Mo. And he was injured.
£70 million.
So he's gonna make Osimhen for 100 million look good then.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of Vlahovic, and I think Vlahovic is absolutely magnificent.
Our manager rejected them.
I love Vlahovic.
It
doesn't matter. The manager's leaving, so the next manager
I think Vlahovic is incredible. Bro, I rate Vlahovic so high.
Do you rate Vlahovic more than
Lautaro
Inter Milan
Juventus bias. Bro, I think.
Do you rate Vlahovic more than Lautaro?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Oh, okay.
But before last season, I had Vlahovic above my own striker, Victor Osimhen. I rate Vlahovic so highly.
I like Vlahovic more than Lautaro for sure, 100%. The first Fiorentina, and then when he went to Juventus.
Bro, Vlahovic's talent is insane, bro. He can score all types of goals.
And I don't like him. His touch is so heavy. He's just a thinner Lukaku.
No, bro, that's ridiculous.
No, he's just a thinner Lukaku.
No, you don't think the Chelsea team needs?
He's Lukaku on a good bro. He's Lukaku on a good diet. This is it.
You think Lukaku worked back at Chelsea?
Probably. But if you,
I
said,
you guys
bro,
I
tweeted, I tweeted that. I tweeted that earlier this season, you know. I said if Chelsea had Lukaku this year, you'd be higher up the table because you just need a bona fide finisher right now. The amount of chances you create.
That guy's a dickhead, isn't it?
You can hate Lukaku as much as you want, innit? You can hate Lukaku as much as you want. Brother will finish.
But you had Tuchel, which is another dickhead, so that's why 2 dickheads in the club.
If Lukaku played the cards right, he would still be at Chelsea right now.
That's facts.
He doesn't give a fuck. You know why? Because he's still getting paid.
Because he's a
I was gonna say, good thing he's not, bro. He's living in Roma, getting paid,
bro.
money.
I'm still paying him, to be fair.
You're paying half the wage Roma's paying.
And he plays in the sea.
We'll see where he is next year.
That was on the Roman, by the way.
Yeah, we'll see where he is. We'll see where he is next year.
Good life in Roma, and instead of living in London, living the good life.
I said at the start of the season, if Pochettino's smart, because of the striker market, he makes friendship with Lukaku and just kept Lukaku. Because if you have Lukaku this year instead of Nicholas Jackson, you lot are, bro, you've created 75 big chances in the league this year. Bro, you can say what you want about Romelu Lukaku. You can hate his attitude.
No, you're saying we'll be top 4 with Lukaku.
No.
No.
Lukaku would have been a good option. Lukaku would have been a good option, wouldn't he? Lukaku would have been a good option.
You can't keep someone that doesn't want to stay. I don't understand.
No, but if we had Lukaku, you think we'd be top 4, innit? Because he's a striker, we'd be top 4.
One player, chill out, bro. One player is too far.
So one player, no. But
man said, bro, you man said Jurgen Klopp would have us 8.
I'm joking.
Bro, this man said Jurgen Klopp would have us 8.
I'll tell you this: Jurgen Klopp and Lukaku will have you top 4. I'll tell you that.
Oh man,
no. Wow. I'll shake your hand on that. That's a debate.
That's fair.
No. Lakaka and Klopp, bro. Come on.
All right, people.
Bro, Lukaku's top 20 Premier League goal scorers of all time, and it seems like he's barely here, bro. He's got more goals than guys like Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
This isn't prime Lukaku.
Like, this guy's a goal scorer. You can say what you want, bro. He's a goal scorer.
No, I'm saying this is not prime Lukaku. That's what I'm saying.
Lukaku is finished.
This is not prime Lukaku. Bro. You're talking about Lukaku, the name, not the current player. Not to mention that he's injury prone now compared to
the only one that made Lukaku work is when Antonio Conte made him work harder and made him go on specific diet to play football. The guy is fat.
Bro, did you hear the story where the first month of Antonio Conte and Lukaku. He didn't allow Lukaku to face the goal. It was literally just back to goal stuff, right? And he was working on his touch for a whole month straight. It was, yeah.
It's
That's the type of
ridiculous.
managers you need, man.
Yeah, listen, people, this has been absolutely an elite stream. It was, to be honest, I just organized this later, to be honest. But this is absolutely elite. Stay here. It will take you to Husam. El-Ahwa. Cooking doesn't finish here.
A-listers.
A-listers. Cooking doesn't finish. There's Lewis there, Igal, Griggs, Husam. I know, I can't remember the other
That's
name.
it. It's only them 5.
That's it. And that would be absolutely elite. So stay here. You guys, it will take you to A-listers. Appreciate you.
I'm live at 1 a.m. by the way. Just wanted to shout that out.
ZIAD Zone. If you want to hear Chelsea rants, go to ZIAD Zone. Absolutely elite content. Always elite content.
Staffy, we still need to link up with Mo for that Frankie de Jong chat, by the way. We still need to do that one.
Don't waste my time with that.
Top Red Staffy is live at 1 a.m. UK time, people. Top Red Staffy is here for all the talk, of course. And of course, Nina's channel is here and Husam's channel is here. Absolutely appreciate everybody. And we're out to here, people. See you guys later.